voices. That's fucking hilarious.
Alright, I've started the stream.
All right, I will raid you. Everybody, thank you for tuning in. But now it's time for you to watch Braden complain about things that are good.
Okay, but Ninja Gaiden 3 is not good.
No, it's not. But it's funny listening to him.
It's not bad.
It's not bad. That's the problem.
There are parts of that game that are almost great.
Yeah.
And then there's the parts where you walk slowly.
Yep.
All right,
because
I'm going
murder
to
is
tune out
grip.
on my stream. I will be back sometime later. Thank you, Jatsu.
Yeah, no problem. If you need
Maybe we
help
can do
again,
this,
let me know.
tomorrow and be done with this.
Oh, okay, sure. I'll see if I could be around for that.
No,
Okay.
No rush. I have a backup game if you're not available.
I'll be back in a sec.
Fuck, I should grab water or something.
Engine. Ninja. Alright, I'll be back later. Bye, everybody.
Yatsu, the bad times are here again. Ryu Hayabusa in the Middle East.
High rise up ahead. It was abandoned in the middle of construction. As far as we can tell, the satellite transmission originated from that location. Then it was uploaded and distributed through hacked communication systems all around the world.
Is that even possible?
If you had the entire world's resources at your fingertips, maybe.
So who are these people?
Whoever they are, they have access to some serious money. The
Cursed
UN has
arm.
scheduled a crisis conference for today. They'll probably order the mobilization of emergency forces. HQ has told me to
I
provide you
love
with whatever support you need. Looks
cutscenes.
like we'll be working together for a while longer, Hayabusa.
It does.
I could be watching VTubers play Monopoly. That's not a euphemism.
This is as close as we can get by car without attracting attention.
It's close.
It's close enough. I'm Ryu Hayabusa.
This was
Sure.
developed by our own engineers. It's still just a prototype.
Now I have the bow.
What is it?
It's obviously not your dragon sword now, is it? This is a special bow that can lock onto a target. Should be easy enough for you to use, right?
I've used bows before.
Okay. Good luck. Remember, I'll be watching your
I'm a
back.
ninja. So what's ever? Oh yeah.
Who's there? Ninja?
They saw you.
I got him.
That sound.
Oh shit. Oh, I don't have my sword. I just have to do this. My favorite thing from this series, guys with rocket launchers.
It's been a while, Master Ryu.
Ayane?
Hayate asked me to come.
Jinran Maru. Word gets around fast.
Make sure you bring
Look,
it back
I got a
fast.
sword.
It's just a loner.
Okay.
It's Hayate's sword
Said thanks.
from The Dead or Alive.
You should have someone in the village take a look at that arm.
I will. Soon. There's something I need to finish first.
Take care.
Learn new ninja skills.
Question: why does Ayane look like a Kingdom Hearts character, and why do I not remember
She
that?
got Norded.
Oh no.
How did she know about this place? It's classified, top secret.
God damn that Nord man.
Ninja have their ways.
She got Norded. Ninja have their ways. Am I right, homies? What? Oh, right. Boy, this fucking game, huh? Boy. I am filled with Bloody Rage. And Bloody Rage 2.
Starting to get flashbacks of dicks with rocket launchers all over the place, yeah.
Like, even when this game moves better, and it moves just fine, it's just like, they have to make it a little worse.
Yeah, I think it may have gotten past some of the bullshit for me just because I hadn't really... Well, I mean, I did play a lot of the first Ninja Gaiden, and I played some of the second one, but when I played this...
Yeah,
this
what if
was-
you played them back to back?
Yeah. This was pretty much the only one I played to completion, and that was painful. But I remember there being, like, the fact that there's literally only the one weapon in the vanilla version of this game being kind of just like, okay, well...
I looked it up, and they apparently did give you the Scythe and the Falcon's Talons as DLC.
Yeah, that all came after the fact, though.
Yeah.
And I think that was after Razor's Edge had come out.
Ugh. Oh, fucking rocket launcher mans.
But when you think about it, that's literally a game with 3 weapons, whereas the first one had what, like 15?
Yeah.
So, kind of a real downgrade.
It does not tell me a quick time event button to press.
No, that dude just stabbed you. For effect.
Camera. This is gonna be a
More
long
bloody than what
game.
what I remember. But maybe I'm wrong.
I played this game 3 years ago.
Was it this version or was it
Yes, it was. I mean, it was the PS3 version, but yes, It was Razor's Edge. You know, the start of 2020, not a great time,
No, definitely not.
and then it got worse. This was also the period where I played through both Dino Crisis games and Onimusha.
Oof, Onimusha.
People have been like, no, that game's fine. I'm like, no, it isn't.
It doesn't hold up, that's for sure.
It's
And even
extreme
back then, it was
early
kinda
launch
like,
game,
eh.
like early PS2 game energy.
Yeah, it's very much so like, well, we made a Resident Evil, but what if you didn't have guns? What if there were no guns? What if instead you had these swords?
What if it's the awkward middle child between Devil May Cry and Resident Evil?
Yeah, basically. Also, what if the first water puzzle just fucking sucked?
That thing is so ridiculous. Okay, fuck you.
The fact that you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, because it's a sliding tile puzzle with a incredibly limited timer.
Get over there.
Like,
Keep forgetting you're a ninja.
I keep forgetting you're a ninja. I love this dialogue. Jean Reno's in the third one. And I have not played Onimusha 3. It could be great. As Jean Reno in it.
Yeah, I only have the first one. I've never beaten it. It was the first PlayStation 2 game that I officially owned.
Because it came out early 2001, so a couple months after launch, and it looks amazing. Like, even playing it on, even playing the PS4 remaster, It's like a lot of like the basic quality of these visuals
Somebody
is
say Jean Reno.
Jean Reno. Ho ho ho.
My favorite incarnation of Doraemon.
Oh, he's French Doraemon. That's right.
He did a bunch of Japanese commercials as Doraemon, but as himself.
As French Doraemon or as John Reno?
No, it's just Jean Reno in Doraemon outfit, occasionally pulling stuff out of his pockets.
Yeah.
good.
It's good.
Yeah, my experience with the first Onimusha is actually pretty bad. One, because... How can I put this? I didn't own a memory card for the PlayStation 2.
Yeah,
Quite-
that would be a problem, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's a good start to the sentence.
Yeah. So I got a PlayStation 2, mostly because my family was like, we want to watch DVDs. This is the cheapest DVD player.
We can
Let's
play.
do it."
We can watch The Matrix.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can watch Swordfish on this.
My favorite movie.
Oh god, that fucking
The
movie.
first movie my family watched on DVD was Bounce.
I'm trying to think what was the first movie our family got on a DVD player, and it might have been like Fellowship of the Ring or something.
I think that might have been it as well for me. It's a good start.
Yeah, you
Great
know.
start.
Much better than obscure Ben Affleck film.
And
What?
Affleck.
Fuck you!
That was a Travolta and Halle Berry movie.
No, Bounce was
Oh,
the first
I thought
movie
you-
I watched.
Hold
Still
it.
thinking about Swordfish.
Oh, yeah. Imagine Swordfish, but just replace Travolta with Ben Affleck.
Okay, does Halle Berry still get half naked?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure you just get a worse movie, but I still think it's funny. Yeah, I think for the first like 2 years of me having a PlayStation 2, I did not have a memory card. So anything I
What?
won, I would just use the beat. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
insane.
I didn't
I
have
rented,
a memory
uh,
card with my GameCube for like a couple weeks because I was a child.
So ironically, the first time I got a memory card is when I rented Metal Gear Solid 2, and I actually just didn't sleep and played through that entire game in one sitting anyways.
That's an interesting way to play through that series. Or
Yeah.
that game.
I remember beating it at like 5 a.m. with the sun coming up on a Saturday and just being like,
Yeah,
Whoa.
Snake, tell me about the world.
tell me about these memes.
Yeah.
That's a game I would like to put in front of a 12-year-old and go, what do you think
What do
this
you
is?
Hey, you know, very young me thought it was art. Modern me just thinks it's funny.
I mean,
I-
a lot of adults now think it's art.
I still like 2.
Oh, 2 is actually probably my favorite one.
Like
I know that's
2
not
is
necessarily-
the sweet spot before he got up his own ass.
Ugh, no. He was already so deep up there.
Yeah, he was pretty deep up there.
No, yeah, but
Three,
it's
three is where that's the only good.
yeah, that's what someone who likes going into menus to heal says.
That's I'm not the one getting hurt. Maybe if you were better at the game, you would have to engage with this bad menu system.
What about video games that just shit on fans and fan expectations for sequels back when that was cool and relevant? As opposed to
means
now
2015,
where
Raiden thing?
Man, I also didn't like Tangerine.
Phantom Pain is a half of a great game that is trapped in the fact that they tried to make it 50 hours and did not finish it.
Yeah. I do like how like bits of the ending are still in there and people have pieced it together.
Yep. They did not finish that game.
There's a
Also,
group my
that
fond
game
memories
just
of
does not
Metal
have
Gear.
enough mechanics or enough like content to justify how long it is.
Yeah,
I
there's
was
not
gonna say
enough.
enough content to justify the mechanics, because there are too many mechanics in it.
Yeah. Then they make you build up this whole base thing. Like, oh, I have all these cool soldiers, and then I guess I don't know. Spoilers if you don't want to hear
You
it.
want to stare at this lady stretching in her cell?
Yeah, you could. I mean,
Are you ashamed of your words and deeds?
that
No.
was very weird. I must admit,
I am, constantly.
not as weird as the Ghost Girl.
Oh, fucking right. God, that game. Never mind. Metal Gear's always been terrible. It's all trash. Throw it in the garbage.
But you know what? I'll still have those fond memories of me at 3 a.m. just having Jack, or I guess Raiden, listen to.
You
his
don't have
girl-
any posters in your room.
Yeah, just like
It's like
fighting.
you're not a person.
Jack!
The president. The president is in danger, Rose. For the love of God.
Why aren't we working?
I thought you were a woman.
You know, part of me never wants to play it again because that was literally the only time I played it to completion.
You shouldn't play it again.
I mean, the act of playing that game is... Like, my ultimate problem with Metal Gear has always been those games were never good stealth games.
Nope.
Because,
They were
like,
basically
guess
anime.
what? Thief the Dark Project came out.
Years before the first Metal Gear Solid.
No, it came out the same year.
Wait, what? Really?
98.
It's a 98 game?
Yeah.
Yep, that one,
I thought that was like 96.
Nope.
Okay.
I think it was like a mid-era PlayStation game. '98's mid-era, right? I'm not
I mean,
entirely sure about that, now that I think about it.
Yeah.
it was 4 years after launch in Japan.
Alright.
So in the country where things matter, it was.
I mean,
Don't know where I'm going with that.
95 in the US.
Yeah.
See, the part where you chain together the violence kills, that's fun. Where you just, if you wound people and kill them while you're in the angry man mode. Oh, right, fucking wizards. I
Wizards
hate
have no
wizards.
place in a ninja game.
This game's so fucking weird.
I still think the worst part of it is how much he talks.
Oh, don't worry. There's more talking. They don't shut up.
I got paid $100 to play this game. I
I'm
still
doing
don't
it for
think I'm
free.
that.
Well, minus ad revenue.
There you go.
Like, every single enemy in this game is just designed to be obnoxious as possible.
Yeah, but that's basically
Fuck
the whole
you!
game. Even the grip of murder mechanic, while it's technically a bonus, it's still just kind of annoying whenever it kicks in the dumb, like, oh, now you're walking and talking, but you're in pain.
Yeah, it's good. I love video games.
Me too.
Hi,
I
Gino.
also love video games.
Do you though?
Don't set him off. But Gino likes video games that have cards in them. And VV.
You know, that's more. You know, games that have VV in them are more than one game.
It's true.
Big fan of World of Final Fantasy.
Big fan of
I need to
Kingdom
beat
Hearts 2.
Hell yeah.
Was he in that weird? Remember that when they made a tower defense game that nobody remembers but me
Crystal Defenders.
and Braden?
No.
My favorite
Oh,
WiiWare
the
game.
fucking WiiWare game.
He was also on Xbox Live
Fucking
Arcade.
Wizards.
Was VV in that? Was he a tower?
Probably. Who knows?
Are
Is there
you
any
fighting?
way to play those games without pirating them now?
I mean,
I hope so.
It's on Android, iOS.
Are these cyber wizards? Why are they throwing,
Yeah.
like...
I'm
Hero
going
Armada
to
stuff at you?
destroy these wizards.
Are these wizards or are they alchemists?
Well,
remember this
listen,
game having-
they don't seem like 2/3 casters to me, so they can't be alchemists. That's a Pathfinder joke for the kids.
Are you still Ryu?
Yeah, I'm wearing
But
the
now
hot
he's Troy
Ryu
Baker.
shirtless costume because it was
Okay.
there.
What if Ryu Hayabusa talked like 90% more?
What if Ryu Hayabusa was voiced by
190%
Troy
more.
Baker?
Yes.
I don't know how I would feel about that.
It's
No,
not
I don't
good.
know what Ryu would sound like.
He sounds like Troy Baker.
I mean, I don't know what, like, pre-Troy Baker Ryu sounded like. So.
Stoic.
Like a
There's
guy
no-
who
you don't
doesn't
even
talk
remember his name.
more than like 3 times in the video game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's good.
were those games ever voiced in English before this one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He would say a couple lines and then he would go kill everybody.
Yeah.
For some reason, I just don't remember the voice performances of those games.
Yeah,
though I never
because
really
they're
hated
they're
them, so.
non-memorable. It's
I
just-
remember, like in this, what I remember most is the main villain dude who's just like, "Oh, the grip of murder. It's will really fuck you up because you suck, Ryu."
You killed people, isn't that crazy? Do you feel bad about ripping people apart and knocking their heads off in this cool-ass ninja fighting game? You should!
This came out before
I-
Metal Gear Rising. Isn't that weird?
I hate this game. Okay, that's... there are things about
You've
this
got
game.
knives on your feet, and it seems
Yeah.
like there's some sort of... Is that a fucking job... not the job board, a license grid?
Yeah, basically.
I'm not convinced that was there originally. I don't remember it at all.
This was added in, Razor's Edge.
License grid.
That
Speaking
first
of
game
good
really
video
was just like sword stab people.
Quick time events. Ah! So yeah, the innovation of Ninja Gaiden 3 Geno is they put quick time events in it.
Have you played Shenmue before?
You okay, Hayabusa?
No.
I'm in the dome.
Okay, what if when you found the sailors, you killed them all?
I lost your
And then
control
felt bad
of the
about
last
it.
I'm
explosion.
looking for some
Oh.
The
sailors
dome should have a
for
monorail
murder.
next to the tower.
Good. Do you have camera controls now?
A little bit.
Oh, that's fun.
I mean,
much
2
better.
also has camera controls. They're not great.
Okay, because it looked like it didn't. Things just were constantly attacking you from off screen, and I wasn't sure if that was like due to the not having camera
Oh
controls.
yeah.
or the
Oh,
camera
to be
being
clear,
out.
it's also because these games are fuckers.
That guy kept fighting you without an arm.
Yeah.
Him.
They don't like it when you take their arm off. They're like,
But they'll fight through it.
yeah.
They're paying those guys well. I would not. If you took my arm off, I would not continue fighting.
That's the line.
These fucking millennials.
If you took my arm, I would stop fighting you. I'd be like,
When your
"What?"
grandpappy stormed the beaches of Normandy, and he lost his arm to a hail of MG42 fire, do you think he laid down on the ground and bled out? No.
My
He got up
grandma's-
there and climbed up those beaches
Grew
one-handed.
another arm.
My grandma stormed the beaches of Normandy and then had to have a C-section to deliver my mother, my grandfather, and then had to fight the boss, Big Boss, in a field of flowers.
Oh man.
Did she complain about her C-section on the beaches of Normandy while getting shot?
Probably.
No.
Because that would have been fair to do so.
The alternative was the Nazis winning, and she couldn't abide that. Your magic seemed to just make you mad. Is that invoke Spartan rage?
Yeah, so I've been cursed
Oh no.
by playing this game, but also this game's like, what if you felt bad about killing people?
Yeah, if I remember correctly, like essentially as you kill people or dismember them, the grip of murder charges up, and then you could use it.
The grip of murder.
Yeah, to just basically kill people instantaneously. But if you don't use it in a certain amount of time, it just hurts you.
My
Yeah.
favorite Poirot novel.
So it really forces you to use that execute mechanic, which is fine. I mean,
Yeah,
It's
you're
fun.
gonna use it anyway.
use it.
Well, Braden, if he feels bad about killing people, why aren't you using diplomacy to solve your problems?
Because they're special forces and wizards.
Yeah, you can't use diplomacy on wizards.
There's a
What
button.
is that?
E
Wizards
button to
are
talk about your
intelligence-based
differences.
casters, not charisma.
That's the X button to talk out your differences.
I reacquired your position.
That's Y to invoke your troubling childhood.
I was trained to kill people as a ninja. It was rad as shit. Now I have to run away from helicopters because this game came out in the year of our Lord 2012.
Isn't his
Do
father
it.
just named like Joe or something?
Yeah, Joe
Joe
Hayabusa.
Hayabusa. Yeah, that's what game is that from? Joe Hayabusa's.
We had
Joe
this
Musashi is the ninja from Shinobi.
Okay. Okay. Related to Brave Fencer Musashi?
Probably.
Oh, there's a game you should play.
Oh, you
Braden.
missed a yellow thing behind you.
Oh, a yellow thing behind me. I need that.
Yeah.
I love it when my health upgrades are hidden behind collectibles.
No,
I mean, I'm pretty sure those didn't even exist before, so...
good on this game for saying, you know what we liked about Final Fantasy XII? The license grid.
It's,
They're the
yeah.
only people who ever said that.
License Grid was fun.
It was fine. No one ever steals it. It's one of the systems that I think was
I mean,
fine, but no one
it's
really took.
You know what's better than boxes? Spheres.
It's true.
they're the same. Yeah, it's just the sphere grid but different.
Oh, the
It's just
sphere
the
is
Yeah.
sphere grid that actually it does what it accomplishes.
Yeah,
if we
it's the
were
sphere
to
grid,
get
but
rid
it
of
actually
Hexagon?
lets you do the thing you want to do.
As opposed to just like, oh, well, sorry, but you need a character that actually has high agility, so just keep doing more agility on this character.
I mean, the sphere grid is basically a, job tree, but a little bit more flexible with its nodes, etc. The license grid, though, it's basically a table,
Yeah.
and you can go in any direction.
Now I can aim in the air.
The
Sick.
thing I remember about the sphere grid is that essentially is like everyone's pretty much stuck in their class until you could break through that, and then everyone becomes broken.
So it depends, because you do get some spheres that let you jump around the grid early, and most times people do not use those because it's like, oh, it's scary, I'll move off of my section of the grid. But break the game earlier if you do that. And Kimari also is pretty broken because he starts at the beginning, at the middle of the grid, so you can just jump around.
Yeah, I mean it's a cool idea, but by the end of it, I was just like, okay, I'm just in this menu activating spheres for 5
Yeah,
minutes.
yeah, for
every-
sure.
Every half hour, and it's kind of annoying.
It's got its flaws.
Ninja.
That's the monorail.
Another game that I've never beaten, Final Fantasy XII. Though I did get to the end of it. And then
Oh
just
yeah,
stopped
because
playing
it's
it.
8,000 hours
Fine.
long, especially
Fine.
without the speed up.
One of these days I'll finish 15, Relkin, I swear.
It's
I-
it's one of the best games in the series.
I watched you finish 15, and I said, "Yeah, I love my bros, and I don't need to play this."
One day I'll have to play it, and then I'll have an opinion.
That's right. Take that, whippersnapper.
I mean, my experience with that game was spending, I've already forgotten, but like a ridiculous amount of hours, literally just doing side bullshit.
Oh, I wanted to get on top of that train to get the crystal skull,
Oh, sick.
but I did not. I got in the train.
This was sponsored by Crystal Skull Vodka.
I believe they're demon skulls.
You
Anyway,
found the Canadian connection.
you like
It's even
you like
slicker.
script you like guys with
Oh, they got
Jetpacks.
VTOL jetpacks. That's cool.
But yeah,
Arrowed that man
basically,
into a building.
the thing you need to understand about Ninja Gaiden 3 is that it's an entire game that says, how do we make this more appealing to Westerners? And the answer is more scripted bullshit.
Where's he pulling the arrows out of?
His ass.
Oh, okay. Checks out.
Listen, a ninja conceals weapons wherever.
I thought it was gonna be like it's their ninja magic. They're not actually arrows, but they're totally arrows.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no, they're just arrows.
It's... Listen.
It may be a case that his costume doesn't have the quiver, but who knows.
Yeah, that might be it.
Also, wow, this whole, like, gliding thing sure happens a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You should be able to take the elevator to the top floor.
You have to do anything to glide, or does the
I have to
gliding
press
just-
forward and the A button to jump.
Okay.
Is it
good.
weird that I don't remember any of this shit?
Oh,
Just, like,
because... No, because, like, this game is just a lot of these rooms.
Yeah.
Followed by the worst boss fights. In
Like, I remember more or less the plot and what happens, but I
Yeah.
think that's sort of the symptom of, like, oh, you know, you have a deadline to get this done. Beat this within this hour and then write this many words about this fucking video game.
Oh, you played this for review?
Yeah.
Shame. Sorry. So, does Ryu still have ninja magic, or is it replaced by the bloodlust?
I still have ninja magic, but it's a it's now just a meter that I have to fill up.
I feel like.
Yeah, and also that's how you heal yourself now.
Okay, you have to choose.
No,
Kill
it
the
just
enemies. Heal.
It just
I
means
just-
that you have to pop off the magic when you're like low health, otherwise you will die. That's all.
Okay,
Yeah,
so it
it's
heals you
great.
as you pop off. That guy was missing a leg and tried to get up to fight you more.
yeah, no, they will blow themselves up on you.
Oh.
They're like, I'm taking you with me.
There's certainly nothing if not determined.
Glad that Ryu is still Izuna dropping people even with knives on his feet and
Yeah.
arms.
What? No.
He blew up on you.
See, it's great because
See what you mean.
the same thing for them doing the suicide thing is the same zoom that it does. Oh, cool.
Oh,
Hey.
Did you notice that the sword mysteriously appeared on you when you did that, but then it mysteriously disappeared again? Oh, sorry, it showed up and then disappeared.
Is this happening because you didn't use ninja magic?
No, this is happening because I'm
Story.
cursed.
Yeah, this is story curse.
Story relevant cursing? Okay.
I was cursed by a British man to
I feel bad. I have
feel
feelings.
bad about being a sick ass ninja.
Ryu defeated Satan and Super Satan. Loses to a British man.
I mean, the
Man,
real
that's foul.
Satan.
He's British
Mr. Satan.
imperialism.
Yeah.
Does everyone know how this game ends?
Oh, this game is so fucking stupid.
I'm not gonna say it, but like, yeah, it's real fucking dumb.
Are Ayane and Demon Hunter Lady and a Shrine Maiden woman in this game?
Yes, as unlockable characters that you can play every mission as them if you want,
I
Okay.
don't think that was in the original.
and also Kasumi from DOA.
The other one.
The other one.
DOA.
You know, the one with the chestnut hair,
Yes.
as opposed to the purple hair.
Because it seemed like in Ninja Gaiden 2 or Sigma or whichever one you were playing last, it was very much a bummer whenever you were forced to play as
A lady. Yeah, they play better in this game. Like, you have to play as Ayane in a couple story missions, and they're fine. She has her own
Oops.
how are her chestnuts? Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, now you have to do
Now
the
I have to slow
walk.
walk.
Yeah, slow walk and feel bad as your health
Oh
drains.
no.
See, as in, yeah, because this is what
Oh, my
Americans
grip.
want, right?
My grip, it's murdering me.
I've got that grip.
Hayabusa, are you there? Come in. Are you okay, Hayabusa? What's going on?
Why is his arm so strong then if it's bad? Shame this scar tissue
heading
looks
up.
so sick.
Feel so bad about being such a rad fucking dude.
Ugh.
I have a little tiny ponytail.
This source is street.
It's a cool looking bird.
Yeah, it's a falcon.
Got cool stripes too. I'd feel so bad about myself if I had missiles and I was getting killed by a dude with fucking arrows.
Yeah.
I
You
don't
have
think
every
you have time.
advantage.
Yeah, you don't have time to feel bad because I've already killed
dead.
Omaewa Shindaru. Am I right, homies?
There's not much time to contemplate the failures of your deeds when there's an arrow through your brain.
Oh, I finished Little Witch Academia. Which did one of you say it would not, in fact, pay off in any meaningful way?
No. It's fine.
Yeah.
I
said
think
it's
the
worth
second
it.
season is a lot weaker than the first.
Yes.
Because it
and
decides to have a plot, and it's way worse as a result.
it was funnier when it was just here's little vignettes of all these characters, and boy, isn't it just like Harry Potter? He's
Yeah, it's
worthless
Harry
and
Potter
then
without the turf. Which
makes it
I have terrible
better.
news. Apparently my nieces and nephews are into Harry Potter now.
Get them into Little Witch Academia. It's the same thing. Like, look, the main character in this show is also
Yeah,
black.
but they don't
Give them
live
another
near a
book.
Little Witch Academia theme park.
Oh,
You could always just try to convince them to watch the weird anime Harry Potter alternatives that are probably just as bad.
Oh, you mean... What is it, Mahoraba?
Sure. I can think of another one. What's it called? Familiar
Little
of
Witch
Zero.
Academia.
That's one.
And Little Witch Academia is very on the nose. It's just got like, the main character is bad at magic, but her friends are good at magic, but the plot centers around her, and so it must go on. She must be in charge.
She's very
By
dumb,
being
but she believes
just-
in herself.
Dumb as a
That's
rock.
the bio.
Yeah.
Naruto levels of stupid.
Yeah.
You gotta believe.
I gotta
That's it.
believe! I'm a ninja!
Hear me
Climbing
out.
up the stream! I gotta believe!
Get them into Worst Witch so they could see Tim Curry sing about Halloween.
Anything can happen on Halloween. Oh, this guy.
Show is that? that a
It's
movie
show
or a
called
show?
Worst Witch. It was a TV show.
Oh, it's anarchy again.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for you, we're all done here.
Who are you?
An
Are you
outcast.
fighting against V for Vendetta?
Because this game, once again, every single thing it tries is
A skyscraper
terrible.
abandoned in
Oh
the
no,
middle
he's a
of
born-again alchemist.
Oh no!
the Tower of Babel. Built so high, they incurred the wrath of God. What better backdrop for the beginning
Everyone else has embraced technology, Ryu. Why haven't you? Just shoot them with a gun.
You lack a sense of aesthetics, my friend. After all,
Do you think those are contacts, or do you think his eyes are really that blue?
I think he's high on alchemy.
Oh no. High on spice.
How's your arm?
He can travel at
It's
the
an
speed
old
of light.
Slavic curse, you know.
Murder, they call it.
The grip of murder.
Now. It's Slavic, the grip of murder, they call it.
They make you play Stalker with all these mods. It's an old Slavic curse.
Dragon sword.
Oh no.
Then melted into your arm, together with all the
You're going to have to play Heroes of Might and Magic 3 in a tournament setting.
Oh.
And Counter-Strike against a man who will call you many slurs.
Oh.
Not the oldest of Slavic curses. Anyway. You should feel bad for being a cool ninja.
The blood is now
Like,
in your
this is
arm.
literally that... Yatsu is right in that this is literally that scene from Metal Gear Rising, but played straight.
Yeah, that's this whole fucking game. Except the time for Jack to let it rip moment doesn't happen.
Yeah, no.
For the world, I thought he was going to say, you or your arm.
Ryu Hayabusa. We're cut from the same cloth. Look at
Ryu
your right
Hayabusa,
hand.
I hold this
That
sword
is the
weird.
symbol of all the lives
No,
you
that's
have
cool
taken,
ninja grip.
all the people you have killed.
How far into the game are you?
This
You
is
have
the
an extra
second
weapon.
level.
Are an assassin of
Okay.
the darkness. Enough!
Or an assassin of the darkness.
Mirage.
Got his metal leg. Oh no, he's a hologram.
It's where the corpses of dreams lie rotting.
Is he also a cyber mage?
Fitting than a mirage.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think the
of
term
course
is
I'm an
Decker.
illusion, as is
Yeah.
all existence. Nothing more than a collection of
Is this
data.
hell a cyberpunk thriller?
Yes,
tie-in?
this is my hell, a cyberpunk thriller.
Time for talk is at
Anyway,
war.
once again, here's my other fight. You like boss fights that don't use the mechanics of the video game in any meaningful way? And instead you just, do the least fun things possible?
Yeah, fight this helicopter.
Yeah, I like
My
Metal
favorite. I love... Remember how in the helicopter boss fight in Ninja Gaiden 1 is, like, mercifully short?
This one isn't.
No. See, it's great. Fuck you.
No.
I like
Yep.
that this is a game about
I'm sorry.
fast-paced melee combat, and they're like, hey, what about for this boss fight? You fought a helicopter.
Yeah, what if you
Distance.
could just die instantaneously if you make one wrong move in this fight? What if?
Will the bits blow? They need to know where to shoot.
This is what Westerners want. And it's
Hitting a
disgusting.
helicopter.
As a Westerner, I do love glowy bits. Can't lie.
Glowy
What?
bits,
What am I supposed to press?
Combat? Attack?
I'm You want to see me get some heated gamer moments. Watch me play this game for...
How dare you? My arm's almost back to normal.
I love scripted QTEs!
He jumped in between the blades.
Everything I'm watching
Okay.
just makes me look at this and go like, wow, Metal Gear Rising was a much better game than this, wasn't it?
Yeah, Metal Gear Rising's a good video game. You know, it's like kind of... you can tell that they cobble it together from an unfinished game in like a year, but by golly, it's fun. And it's stupid, and it knows it's stupid.
Yeah, it's dumb as shit. That's the best part of it.
And it
You
goes,
know-
rules of nature!
Yep.
But I like Metal Gear Rising more than I like the regular Metal Gear
Yes.
stuff.
Yes.
Did you play? You haven't played it?
Oh. I don't like any of Kojima's work, for the most part. But
Have
Yeah.
He has things to do.
Yeah.
what I was
So
going to
it's-
say is,
all of the writing is still very, very much him, but
But it's
mean,
also
that's
a little
fine.
more. It's a little more platinum. It's a little more self-aware.
what I
Oh
was
god,
gonna
you
say.
need to see the scene at the end. Gina.
The final boss of that game is still one of the best stupid final bosses in a video game.
it is so very fucking good. Yes, that whole fucking sequence.
I've heard about President Man, but I don't.
Yes,
I haven't watched
Senator
all of it. I
Armstrong.
haven't seen.
The
haven't
man at
seen
one
all
point
of the
literally
fight.
says, "We're going to make America great again," and this is well before 2016. It's so fucking weird.
There are many quotable lines that I don't want to spoil in case you do
Yeah,
actually.
don't. I might pick it. Like, how much does...
It's
That game
it's
run
back
for-
compat on 360.
I do think the one that Yatsu did though is it was one of those spoilers that will make you more likely to actually go and do it.
Why? That one looks like the one Kojima game I could maybe tolerate. Because
Yeah, because
the gameplay looks like it's enjoyable.
Yeah, like as a character action in the game, it's not without issue, but it's fun. It's brisk. It does not overstay its welcome.
Yeah, it's fun to play. It's got really good music.
Is it out on PS5? Could I get it on?
No. It's back compat on 360, and it will probably run on your 10-year-old computer.
It ran on my super old computer before I upgraded.
I'm still debating which game I want to pick. I'm considering Suikoden 2. That seems like it might be too long.
Suikoden 2 is also our territory, young man.
Oh, this was
Considering
for the podcast, not for your own personal enjoyment.
podcast. But also for my own personal enjoyment. I want to pick a podcast game that I will actually enjoy. This boy, it's been
Well,
a
you
while.
know what? The opening several hours of Suikoden 2 are fucking great. So if that's all anybody plays,
I've been considering playing Omori.
Yeah, play Omori. I hear good things. Also, someone described that game to me as Earthbound, but what if the subtext was gone and it was all just sad?
That's the thing, is I don't know if I want to be sad. I've been frustrated for the last
Then yeah, play Metal Gear Rising.
bit angry.
It'll be it's gonna be $5 on sale.
At some point. But it won't be on sale for a while because the sale just happened. So.
Yeah,
I also want to pick Dragon Age 2 at some point. It's
yeah.
on sale.
we might have talked to Em about doing that. So yeah, I think we would all do that in that case.
It's fine.
Hayabusa! Are you
I've-
okay?
Debating picking
Hayabusa?
Cargo, a quest.
The quest for
Gravity.
gravity.
It has an exploding tip. that'll
Speaking
blow
of
That
an
looks-
ancient, speaking of an old Slavic curse, Ice Pick Lodge.
Yes.
Are you using me to field test?
That seems like a nightmare, but in a
It's
fun
just
way.
that I thought, well, there's this
I would say
guy
this
in our
about
lab
Dragon
who's
Age
a
2. I'm
big
fairly
man.
certain you could find a copy of it on PlayStation 3 or Xbox 360 for like $2.
If there were any
Oh, yeah,
others
you can
like
get it
you,
on
this
Amazon for
world
like
would be in
$7.
even more trouble than it already is.
I can
Kana,
get it real cheap.
what
Wow, that's
are
a
you
tall
doing here?
nerd.
You
Look
were
at him.
supposed to be looking
He
after
looks like Troy Baker.
Orders. Ishigami
Does.
told me to come.
He didn't
If
order
Troy
you
Baker
to
was a
come,
tall
did
nerd,
he?
like he's missing the fedora, but you
Is-
know,
Tell you to stay at home.
Is that how they got Troy Baker? They're like, yo, I'll play Ryu Hayabusa, but you need to put myself or insert into this game.
Yeah.
It's 2012. Beanies
anyway,
were in Rose
what
Route.
if the lady character had a little daughter?
Maniac on the loose. No place.
Does
And-
Lady Gaga have big boobs underneath that?
Oh yeah, no. To
Fine.
be clear, if I shake the 6-axis, you'll see. But I don't have a
How does it-
6-axis.
How does
I
that
don't
look
have
like
motion
her-
controls.
I guess
Look like
few
her face is a
introductions are in
mask.
order.
I think it's
Hayabusa.
Just
shadows.
recommend that
This is
she
my daughter,
put on some
Kana.
leather straps
It's all right,
in
Kana.
lieu of normal
Don't be
clothing.
afraid of him. He may
That's
look a
just
little scary.
every Tecmo Koei game at this point. Everyone just
Yeah.
looks like they're a plastic person.
I'm not scary. I'm a ninja.
It's Ryu.
I'm Ryu. That means dragon.
It's true.
Don't mind my weird pulsating evil
Don't
arm.
mind my demon arm.
Rude.
I'm
Hold
not
my
scared.
hand.
No, no.
Is Kana a name?
Sorry.
Oh yeah, by the way, the lady, your lady handler character,
Perhaps you could.
her name is Mizuki McLeod.
Hayabusa, this is
Yeah.
Chris Higgins,
It.
a scientist
Yeah.
with the
Name.
Brown
I can
How-
get behind that.
How
as
do
a
you
Westerner.
emphasize that this character is Japanese American?
That's all.
What else?
Mizuki McLeod.
Such love.
I wouldn't have
Brilliant.
understood if it was a more Japanese last name, but
Anyway,
now I can resonate
hello.
with it.
Call me Cliff.
Max
Your
McLeod's
legend
sister,
precedes you, you know. Nothing
Suki
but
McLeod.
space. Perhaps. Perhaps not. In any case.
She's supposed to be the mother of that small child.
Yeah, she's the adoptive mother of the small little girl.
So, to business, shall we?
So that's why
We have
her
identified
like
the
underwear
behind
showing
foot.
in her midriff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the reason. Yep.
You actually
Yeah.
know them best
Absolutely.
by their
Will you
global
meet
conglomerate
this
mark.
child's real parents? Who's to say?
Who's to
Okay, so the
say?
leather straps are underneath the jacket.
Wait, did they just say Loa or did they say LOA?
LOA.
So
Does
how,
she?
how far are you in this trash fire?
I finished the second level. Because
He is
here's
not
the
anywhere
other
near
here's the other
finishing
fun
it.
part of this game is all of the levels are too long.
You fight with Mizuki McLeod? Is she an
No,
unlockable character?
she's not a ninja.
I don't know.
A Kunoichi.
She's not. Yeah, she's not a kunoichi.
You could have been the American character who makes it a first-person shooter.
And now we go to
2012.
France, where
So-
all the ninjas have. Oh yeah, going to Paris. This the city of lights.
City of Stab.
This is when the alchemist shows up and he says, "The grip of murder."
Ryu Hayabusa, I have heard you are a ninja, but can you defeat my magic?
You know, I am at some point down my family line part French, and I feel
It's
I
fine.
will
All of my ancestors are like Welsh and English, and then German.
So you've
Oh,
hated
right.
the French for a long time, is what you're saying.
Oh right, so that's right. Hey there. Guess who's getting a massage?
uh-huh.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's so
Koei Tecmo
tense.
never stopped being Koei Tecmo.
Yeah. Oh, little side boob.
Oh
Got a
yeah.
lot of side boobs.
Yep.
Well, okay, yep, oh, there it is.
Yep.
She's like, you interrupted my massage.
Oh, I can't defend myself because I'm too naked.
Oh, she's gonna have no trouble.
Hey, what's up? I have giant tits.
Is this an
Ho
Ayane
ho
level?
ho!
Are you gonna have to fight that man in the towel?
We can only hope.
Ho ho ho! Le cleavage.
Oh.
Rated M for mature.
This is a very mature scene.
Yes.
Oh, the towel's gone.
He's probably already gotten quote unquote dressed.
Yeah.
There's a lady running
Or not.
around naked.
Yeah,
in
I'm
this
dressed.
I wouldn't-
See?
I wouldn't be surprised.
room. Oh, she got dressed.
Is it weird that the towel
got
is
blood on my
probably more modern
boobs.
outfit?
You're snatching arms.
I'm glad the gore's back instead of purple mist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the reason I'm not gonna get that Sigma collection is because it was legitimately like a bummer to not see just like
People
copious amounts of
ripping
blood everywhere.
apart.
Yeah. I'm there
Is that
for
a
the
magic
spectacle, not
bomb?
smart.
To you and your vacation, but we need you, Ayane.
Something like that.
I'm not doing this for free,
She was on vacation in France.
The government declared their opposition to the regent of the mass. They acted way faster than we thought they would.
Sorry, Ayane. Massage got interrupted by terrorists?
I hate it when that happens.
We've all been there.
She throws exploding magic bombs.
Yep, she throws exploding kunai.
Oh, so she's Ignis.
This is kind of
Yeah.
interesting in Opera Omnia.
You know, I tried listening to the English dub. I don't know how anybody experiences that game with those English. It's
That-
terrible.
But that's what
Gladiolus is just miserable. I can't listen to him at all.
he's just like. You need to work harder.
No, because Gladiolus in Japanese sounds like a dude. Gladiolus in English sounds like the worst anime English dub you ever have heard in your life. It's just,
I-
hey, it's me, guys. How
Yeah.
you doing? I'm the big baller.
Guess what?
man."
They sound like anime in Japanese
They're heading
too.
for the presidential residence.
Yeah, except they sound more like
Resistance won't
regular
hold out for
people.
much longer.
I don't
So-
have. I mean, Prompto sounds like an anime man.
So I pulled up.
Yes.
Pulled
Though
up
I
the
find
archive.
Prompto in the English version is very acceptable, and I played it with the English version.
Yes,
Pulled up
Prompto.
the. Pulled up the archive of.
I think Ray Chase as
I will say, I think Noctis. was
Noctis
good.
Lucis Calum.
God, I hate his name so much.
Why?
Noctis is great.
I don't know how he is as a person. His name makes me sad.
Noctis is in a world filled with people like Dave and Dustin.
That's the thing, is like,
And
oh,
Yeah,
I
it's
am
the best part.
Noctis Lucis Caleb.
You
It's
guys
like
remember Jared?
Nomura gets to name one character, but not all of them. It's weird.
to be fair, everyone in that game has those names except for the like the disconnect between the normal NPCs you encounter and the actual like.
I mean, this is a problem that still persists to this day. It was definitely a problem with 7 Remake because you would have like Barrett and Tifa and Cloud, and then all these Unreal Engine NPCs that look normal human size, and it doesn't work.
Their names are dumb, like Chadley.
Spot the protagonist.
Chadley's not a movie.
I think it makes sense in 15 because all 4 of those characters are well, with the exception, I guess, of Prompto, who they reveal some stuff about later. But like Ignis and Gladiolus are both part of like retainer families.
Yeah.
So they're all like connection to like.
Yeah, they're all rich
Prompto's
aristocrats.
ones, and it kind of makes sense though because I think he's actually that's a pseudonym he goes by.
No problem. Give you a VIP vacay.
They're all hoity-toity types.
Yes, that's how I would describe Logan.
They're
but-
aristocrats.
who
like
will go on great length to describe his love of cup noodle, branded cup noodle.
Yeah.
I love Nissan Cup Noodle. Trademark.
Oh, it makes him so relatable. He's just like us. He loves cup noodles.
And Campbell, camping gear. Coleman, excuse me.
I mean, I will say this: they actually, you wouldn't be able to tell it, but they do a good job characterizing those people in that game. But it's hidden behind stuff like being at this specific campsite during this specific.
Yeah,
one.
there's actually a ton of really great characterization of various aspects of male camaraderie and companionship in that game, both like good and bad elements. It's actually super interesting.
Yeah. And you could miss like 90% of it.
Yep.
One day I will play it.
Yeah.
We do a ranking of Final Fantasy games on a
It's
podcast.
my third.
But which one are you dreading more?
Wow.
No, Type 0. Type 0.
Yeah.
100%. It is Type 0. Like, in terms of the list of Final Fantasy games, like, I dread having to play and complete. Like, I have not been able to play Type 0 for more than an hour and a half.
I can switch in for you if that game becomes too physically painful because they had the great idea of what if the FOV was like kind of limited and also there was a copious amount of motion blur.
Yeah. Ranking of Final Fantasy games? That's a podcast idea, maybe.
Yeah. I don't know if it'll work.
One of these days you'll get to Mystic Quest, then you'll have to be like, well, this game's pretty boring, but the music's alright.
Yeah.
It's right next to me right now, staring at me.
There are like
Yeah.
5 songs in that game that are legitimately incredible. And there's only like 12 songs in the entire OST.
Isn't that game
That's a good
pretty short,
ratio.
though? It's longer than you'd think, but yeah, it's short.
It's one of those, like, you could almost play it on autopilot. That's the only
Yeah.
thing.
I'd say one of my claim to fame is, no joke, dying on the first boss.
Huh.
Yeah,
Ow.
it's doable. It is 100% doable.
Did you just not heal?
I did not heal.
That would do it.
I can't wait to pick Chocobo Racing.
Oh,
Day.
fuck.
Which one? Isn't there like 4 of them?
First one and then GP. Or maybe I'll pick the new, nah, we should
No,
pick the old
do
one
not
first.
play the new one.
I mean, can we, if we do Chocobo Racing GP, can we get special guest GTX Forza on the podcast?
Talk about be like, oh, the Assetto Corsa in this game, not great.
Oh, we can't have, no.
I mean that honestly. I've said my piece before. That guy is the most honest forum poster on Giant Bomb. God bless him.
Who are you calling a little girl?
Anyways,
She's got a tiny little grid. Look at that.
Yeah.
A little girl.
I
baby.
said my thing. I don't like 15.
Yeah,
but I'm
we'll
glad
see.
that people like it. I get it. I don't like 15.
No
Final
stance.
Fantasy 15 made me cry.
Yeah, I was about to say I did like go back and watch like the last little bit of, not the whole thing in the archive, just the last like 15 minutes or so.
It's
I
really good.
Expect you to tear up at the end of it.
I mean, it's a lot of stuff. It's like the dozens
Yeah, no,
that's been leading up to it. But specifically, that last epilogue scene of them at the campfire is both extremely well animated, performed, and incredibly relatable.
Yeah, I could see that.
I used to
For
have
me,
fa-
it's-
I used
it's
to have
not
friends.
Anywhere near my favorite, but like I could see why people would like it.
Yeah, I can see it. In fact, I've met multiple people who have said that specific scene resonated with them as well. I told my story about a friend coming from the military, and 15 was the first game they played, and it really worked for them. But I personally just have personal issues with how it's structured and how it plays. And it just doesn't work for me.
I will also join you guys when you
More
play
power to the
3,
people who
because
have
I
played
like to
it.
have a
I'm not
bad
here to-
time.
I'm not here to take away from an impact of video games. You do you. I don't.
God, why won't Chris just let me have this?
8, 9, 10, and 13-3 made me all cry. For 13-3 for a very different reason.
Yeah, yeah.
3 made you cry, but
Just
tears of joy,
laughing.
right?
Just laughter, just
Probably
cackling.
tears from laughing too fucking hard.
It's the
Really?
greatest story ever told.
I mean, it's the prequel to now. It's the prequel to now.
I'm glad I never have to play it. That's all.
Should, yeah,
It
just
plays
watch someone play
fine.
it if you don't like it.
It's one of the funner. It's a fun playing game.
It's the
I-
funnest of those.
I'm sure it plays fine. It's just
I
you've seen
spent at least 4 days just doing random side quest bullshit because I was just enamored with how shoddily made the world was and how that kind of added to the charm of the game. I have to write a second clause of that game soon.
The people and their accessories, because they made
It's
an accessory
good.
system.
It's so.
I know. They
It's
had
so
the models.
Dreamin'-like that it kind of works for me.
Had like 3 character models, and they were like, "How do we spruce this up?" Oh, I know. Hats on everyone. That's a glass.
Yeah.
When you read about how they had like under 2 years to make that game, like it is a miracle that it works as well as it does.
I mean, they created a system to add those accessories, and that's really smart use of time.
I'm
Boy,
being
oh boy.
asked in the chat, what are friends?
It's a great question.
What are friends?
The
don't
people
know.
that you
F
grew up
is-
around.
For friends who do stuff together.
The people you
use-
grew up around, then I have a lot of friends in quotation I need to stay away from.
Listen. I'm on good terms with a handful of guys I have known since I was, let's say, 8 to 10 years old. And then
It's fun.
Let me tell you, one of the benefits of still having a Facebook account is you can figure out who to cut out of your life pretty fucking
Oh
quick.
yeah, oh yeah. The problem
Oh,
is that just means I don't talk to any of my cousins.
My trick is just
That can be good.
if someone
learned
doesn't
that-
contact me despite me having a Facebook account, I probably just cut them out of my life. It's pretty easy.
Yeah.
yeah. You don't
You
really.
know,
it's
maybe
just
people
not,
aren't worth
at that
my-
point. Don't make
maybe
the effort,
people
and
aren't
it's like,
worth
there
my
you go, done.
time.
Mhm.
Maybe these people aren't worth my time.
He said as he
favorite.
plays Ninja Gaiden 3.
Yeah,
Yeah,
such a good use of your time.
listen,
Look at that Azuna drop. Fucking
my
rad.
cousins are probably out there being like, actually, the real thing that killed people was the COVID vaccine. And
Oh no.
oh yeah, no, my cousins are fucking like. Here's the thing. First off, like 56 first cousins. So you know,
That's a lot of cousins.
yeah, big religious family.
Well, yep, that'll make it. There would be a multitude of people of different walks of life. That
And you
many
know,
people.
some of them I get along with still. Some of them I very much do not.
I feel like cousins on a Facebook thing is something that eventually everyone learns. Like, yeah, some of these people were just not necessarily great or even bad. Just like, I don't want to see this.
Or you're just like, no offense, because listen, some of the cousins my age are like very nice people on an interpersonal basis. but they're
yes,
also,
personal
like,
friendliness.
let's just say, church-pilled in a way I am no longer. And so it's
Fair enough.
like, well, there's nothing I can talk to you about because the only two
Well, like
things you
this.
understand are the same handful of basic-ass cultural touchstones that every other human on this planet cares about. And Jesus.
Are you getting frame rate drops in this PS whatever
Nope.
version of?
This is Series S.
Okay.
Then there maybe it's just on the stream.
It might just be,
Yeah.
hey,
It'd be the stream.
Or you're not.
I
noticing
think
it
my
because-
roommate's boyfriend is playing League right now, so, you know.
Oh, no.
He got back into
there you go.
League. And
But
I
League
said,
of
why
Legends.
would you do this to yourself?
They're legendary. There's a
I'm
legend.
going Teemo mid, and now everyone's angry at me.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, you've summed up the League of Legends experience. Everyone is mad at me. The
Yeah.
video game.
So glad I stopped playing Dota or anything like it.
Yeah.
What,
it was-
you don't want RSI in a bad time?
I never got RSI from.
I did.
I did not, but I didn't play Dota that much in the grand scheme of things.
I
I
highly
think I-
recommend playing League of Legends your freshman year of college, and never again.
Yeah, I played a lot of League of Legends and then stopped, and then during, I guess, the beginnings of 2020 to 2022, I had a friend suddenly get back into it, and she's like, "We need to play League of Legends," and he's playing it right
Here's
now.
the thing, Mike. The difference is, this is a game that ends. Sonic Generations is a video game that ends. Now, what is a video game that does not end? League of Legends.
Legendary League.
Yeah. Well, actually, it does end.
In
But
yeah,
you
in
need
about
to lose your
yeah,
motor functions.
8,000 hour matches.
Yep.
Commencing operation.
Oh, you just need to
Climb to the
watch
top of the
show.
American ladder only to be replaced by Finnish people.
Riot's getting over it. Okay, League of Legends.
I need to watch Arcane. I like that
Pretty
first
good.
episode a lot.
Arcane Netflix deserves credit for doing such an amazing job for the PR of problematic video game companies.
Yeah.
Because fucking Riot being like, yeah, the CFO would just come to people and fart on them while they're at their desk. It's like, oh, cool.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
there was-
All of that
yeah.
shit around Riot and the
Riot.
harassment there.
Yeah. Not great. There's a reason
So, yeah,
why.
Ayane
There
plays
have been
well.
multiple attempts to unionize the workers there. I will not watch Arcane for as long as I live because I want to have absolutely nothing to do with League. Period.
Are you?
But it's
you
got
have
Haley
no
Steinfeld.
foot-
I was. I will say on no uncertain terms that I received death threats from the League of Legends community.
Yeah, fair enough. That's a reason to not like it so much.
Fair reason.
Watch out.
If I'm being honest, if it was only death threats from a MOBA community, then I think you got off lightly. I'm pretty sure people have been killed over that shit.
You could have had to play the MOBA.
Yeah, you could have had to relearn.
Uh,
Yeah, I do not have the time nor the patience to.
Staying up on a MOBA just seems like a job unto itself. Because
It was very funny seeing Brad Shoemaker be like, I'm definitely gonna finish Horizon over the break. And then when he comes back from the break, it's just like, I got back into Dota.
This is as far as you go. Prepare to die.
Prepare to die. I've got boobs. Anyway,
they're protected by armor.
Does Ayane
Like fabric.
does Ayane play better than Ryu, or is it just less shitty design? I don't know.
well, I'll put it this way. These levels were added post. These levels were added in the fixed version of the game.
Yeah, I'm
like
sure
she's
this
got a more
doesn't have the
compact-
weird, like, murder hand mechanics, which is probably fine.
You gotta fight 3 wizards again.
Yeah.
You
Same
fight
3
these wizards a lot.
That's a common thing that happens in this game. It's like, oh, here's this room, fight 3 wizards.
These wizards fence, so watch out for that.
Yeah, they're Magus. My favorite Pathfinder class.
That's what I played.
Yeah, they're a fun class.
Yeah. You can swing swords at things and also throw magic at things in the same turn. It's real good.
So is it the Mystic Knight?
Basically, yes.
F5?
It's the
Yeah.
spell sword.
Spell sword, yep. Mystic
One
Knight.
of. Listen, you should see the Pathfinder class list.
I haven't seen it in a while.
It's very long. You could play many different types of melee magic characters, but
Yeah,
Magus is
they're-
probably the most vanilla one.
I played Wrath of the Righteous as a Scald.
Why?
What? What's
I'm
the...
not talking to you, sorry.
Oh.
Perfectly timed why.
Yeah. Very condescending. Why would you do that?
They're like a
Just to
bard and a
figure it
barbarian together. Ew.
No, I like playing Skull. Sorry, I was looking at my
You're like, someone...
The League of Legends community death threaten you again?
Why?
We heard you were
Okay,
talking
so-
about it, fucker.
So it was the League of Legends community, it was the Super Smash Bros. Community, Pokemon Uranium,
Oh, those people.
The
who
Pokemon,
else gave me
is that
death
the...
threats?
It's a fan
Is that the
game.
fake community? Is
So
it
it's
the fa- yeah.
League, Pokemon, Smash, one other time that I got threatened and had to send it to legal.
What did you do to the League community?
Not
allow an edit on
so
the wiki?
the recurring problem that Marino and I had is that people would just literally copy and paste from the character bios from
Oh yeah.
the game.
If you just wouldn't let them do what they want on the
No.
wiki, and then they get mad.
They would even include image macros that wouldn't properly display on site, and it was annoying.
People, one of the weird wiki things that you find out as a GB mod is that there are a bunch of people who are just like copy pasting stuff, and then they get really mad if you ask them to edit it even slightly.
It's okay. Giant Bomb is now a proud fandom company.
Fandom also doesn't like you to copy paste from primary.
Yeah. Yeah, instead
What
you
if
get
you
the best
copy
written
paste from other
zero
fandom
fact checking pros imaginable.
I mean, if you're gonna be absolutely honest, like we have that problem too.
Oh yeah. I'm just saying, let me tell you about the Fire Emblem wiki.
Oh, right. I mean, the problem with the Fire Emblem wiki is that it embellishes with like criticisms of the this character is the best. And it's like, who wrote this? This is bullshit.
Also, it's like not even good advice.
The FF5 fandom has been not as good as I would like it to be. My purposes. Took that guy's torso off.
Yeah.
He deserved it.
Comboed him so hard his torso exploded. She just looks faster than Ryu, which is nice.
Yeah, because you have to hit him a bunch.
Fandom is basically the Wikia thing rebranded, right? Or is
Yeah,
it
so
splintered off?
for those that don't remember, Fandom was Wikia, and Wikia was founded when Jimmy Wales wanted a commercial enterprise that could actually give money to Wikipedia. Wikia then spun off, but still leases from Jimmy Wales their infrastructure, and then rebranded as Fandom.
Okay.
Okay, that checks out, because I noticed all the Wikias vanished, and then I noticed Fandom popped up everywhere. and realized they were the same thing.
I mean, I think that it was a part of the deal when the profit-making side wanted to be its own company, is that they had to not use the term wiki to describe their sites or their company.
It's so funny that her armor jiggles as though it's cloth.
Oh no,
it's
missile
so clearly
strike!
supposed to be metal.
I mean, this is conservative compared to what some of the people were wearing in 1 and 2 from what I saw.
Oh no, I just mean like from a logistical perspective. Like it makes more sense that fabric would move like that, but hard metal should not.
It's a special ninja alloy.
Yes, it's ninja metal.
It
Yeah.
dates back to the Sengoku Jedi.
Yeah.
Let me tell
I
you
did
about
it.
Tokugawa Ieyasu, his jiggly metal.
Seriously. You want to try
No, that's
using
Neo
the
1.
second to do
Yeah.
that? So
I hacked the transmission codes and got control of the communication satellite they were using.
So I didn't really have to worry about death from above or whatever. I guess I'm done here, right?
Not yet.
What were the other games that I was thinking of picking? You know, Mori seems good, but it seems like it would be sad. I don't know if I
You
want to be
want
sad right
a
now.
happy
I will tell
time.
you that now.
You're the only one I can count on.
Quest for Gravity seems like it would be pretty funny.
Fine.
I love my job.
You can use me
I
if you
love
want.
my job. I love my job.
That in Quest for Gravity?
Maybe.
Yeah. That's
You can use me a little longer is a very specific way to word whatever she was saying.
Alright. I'm gonna refill my water bottle. I'll be back. Fill airtime. Fill airtime.
Yeah, of course.
What are your other favorite Final Fantasies, Relkin?
Tactics 12, now 15, original 7. I really like what I played of 9, but I've never beaten it.
like my Dark Mirror.
Fuck, you summon the devil.
I didn't expect 12 to be in the top, I guess.
12's
It's a
great.
good game. It's a good game. It's a really
12?
good game.
12 is
Yeah,
really
12 is
good.
great. I respect 12. I just can't. I need to play not the PS2 version. And
That's the
maybe
version I
I'll-
played. I did almost everything too.
Yeah,
the
I
only thing I
also
didn't
played-
do was the fight that takes like multiple hours in the original
As Matt?
version.
Yeah.
I've never
think
beaten
maybe-
12, but I really like what I played of it every time. It's just a case that I've always gotten busy, and then getting back to it, it's
Yeah.
like, okay, where the fuck am I?
I've had the same
Yeah,
thing where I've gotten like 30 or 40 hours in several times, but every single time I come back to it, I need to restart.
I just don't like MMO combat, and it is very similar to MMO
It's Baldur's Gate
combat.
combat.
It's not really either.
It is definitely Baldur's Gate combat. Coder-
Sure, but it's so automated that you can't really.
That's
compare.
what do you think? What do you think Knights of the Republic and Baldur's Gate is? That's
Yeah.
it's the same thing. It is the same thing.
I disagree very much.
It is the same thing. It's
Just
not a
because-
matter of disagreeing. It is the same exact thing.
Just because it's a real-time with pause combat game does not mean it's exactly Baldur's Gate.
It is
you
exactly the
program-
same combat system.
You program macros in Baldur's Gate?
You can program
yes.
scripts and insert them into the game, and the game has some pre-made scripts for you to use. Yes.
Okay, so it does do something like the Gambit system.
Other way around, but yes.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Sort of.
it's some, the lineage, but like they at least both have that programmability.
Well, let's
Yeah, but
fire it
it's
up.
not
I
like a
can show you.
game. It's not a game mechanic. It's something you could insert into the game.
I don't.
Like a
Oh, okay,
menu.
so it's not a mechanic.
Yeah, and also it's something you don't really. I've never used any of that stuff in Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, I never used Gambits either. Did everything manually.
Wait, what?
Boy,
What?
Yep.
You
There's
played the
scripts
entire combat manually?
in Baldur's Gate. Yes.
In both that and Final Fantasy 12.
It's
At 12,
totally
I
doable
couldn't
in 12,
imagine.
but it sure makes it easier if you just set people to auto heal.
The scripts in Baldur's
Oh,
Gate look a
man.
lot.
I mean, in Baldur's Gate, I can imagine. In 12, absolutely not.
I needed at least the macro for if someone dies, use a Phoenix down on them. Owen was very
you can
clutch.
pause the game anytime.
But yeah,
They just do
the,
it faster than I can pause.
where is I don't even where is. All right, it's character record.
That's one where at least they never like screw you. Like there are some macros
Yeah.
where your characters will do something you did not expect, but if low on life heal or if dead revive, one
Yeah.
that's a free roll.
You can't do that. I have it streamed. It's a much simpler thing.
I definitely like. I mean, I go back and forth if I like the Zodiac edition actually more than the original PS2 edition, just because
Oh, I see.
the job boards
But yeah,
are
there's a bunch of these.
far
That's the-
more interactive and way more in depth, and that is almost to the game's detriment because they are so in depth that they kind of will create this sense of anxiety that, oh, am I doing this right? The
Anyway.
Zodiac edition gave me analysis paralysis. Is what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
So this is the scripts you can do in Baldur's Gate. This is nowhere near as extensive as
And it's not just straight up Boolean logic. It's just like
no. Look,
something
so here's
preferential.
So here's the thing: you can write scripts externally and like put them into the game, into this list, and do stuff. I don't know how to do that exactly, because I've never felt the need to. You don't need to in this game.
Okay. I mean, you don't need to in 12. It's just I just found it so much. Like some of those were very helpful for.
My roommates are watching Kung Fu Hustle, which I think might be why the stream quality has been going up and down.
Anyway, I would argue that in 12, it's almost necessary because that game would be extremely clunky without. I've tried playing with the AI stuff turned off, but it would be extremely clunky without it.
No, you can do it. You just have to pause. That's all.
Yeah,
It lets
you
you
just
pause.
have to have a lot of patience. That's all.
Yeah.
Like
The
game will be slower than most of the other role-playing games, but if you can deal with that, it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, as someone who played all of Baldur's Gate and Siege of Dragonspear and like most of 2 on a Switch, 12 was still too clunky for me to play without AI scripts.
I also thought that on the Switch. I played it on PC and then the Switch. I thought the Switch version had a lot of... It chugs. I mean, the game is trying to compute all the stuff that's, the graphical stuff, and then it's trying to run these scripts for you to
It's weird
do the
for a
gameplay part,
PS2
and
game.
well, I mean...
It ran
I think
fine on the PS2.
2022 was the year where I really feel like the Switch is showing its age.
I know, but it's just weird to me. Like, it at least has better horsepower than a PS2.
Switch? I mean, yes, but that for one. So Final Fantasy 12 got updated to the PS4 and Xbox One,
Yeah,
and then
so
eventually
it's
PC.
running the PS4
That
version.
version, that version got backported,
okay.
so it's actually doing a lot more than a PS2 would have done.
Okay.
Also, the PS4 version of that game is pretty good.
Yeah.
Play that game on PS4 or PC if you want to play it.
We'll eventually check it out again. The runtime on 12 is just the gate to entry of the runtime on 12 is longer than most of those other games at this point for me. I don't know how fast like a 12 speedrun is.
So 12, the PS4 and modern versions of 12 all come with a fast forward button.
Yeah.
You can fast forward that game by like 2 times or 4 times, and when you put it on the highest one, it's so much faster.
Yeah.
Like I could not
I
go back
played the
to
game
PS2 version.
on minimum double speed and would go to max speed whenever I was like dealing with a blob of enemies. Although movement is obviously hitchy and stuff, but
Apparently, it can be beaten in 5 hours on the PS2. But that's probably doing a whole bunch of exploits and very specific things. I remember seeing like bits of a speed run of it when I ended up on that Games Done Quick Twitch thing where someone was like, "Oh yeah, you want this character to die because he'll use your items and fuck him."
Oh, right. Larsa in the Zodiac edition uses your potions.
But
you can't turn that off.
And you can't turn it off.
in the PS2 version, he uses his own potions.
Nope.
Sick.
Yeah, in the new version, he uses your potions.
Why would they change that?
Why not?
He's a rich kid. He should bring his own potions.
No,
BYO
that's
potions.
exactly why he does use them, because he's a rich kid. Why would he? That's how they stay rich, man.
Why would I buy potions? These guys have potions here.
Glug glug.
And that's
Larsa.
why, that's why they
I will
always let him
say,
die.
I still no. I don't even think this is a competition. Final Fantasy XII is the best voice acted Final Fantasy ever made.
Oh,
Not especially close.
Yeah, I
I,
can't think of
I
another
put
one.
15 over it now.
Again, I don't like 15. I don't like.
Well, 12
maybe
was what I would say
Japanese
before
cast,
that.
but absolutely
English
not
cast.
the English cast. No.
Oh, definitely
I'm
not
sorry.
the English class. Ugh.
English class of 12 is quite good.
I feel like it's been a while since I played it, but I feel like its
Oh, wait,
actual
right.
writing
I mean-
is genuinely.
Yes, the actual
genuinely
writing.
better.
The minute-to-minute dialogue of 12 is maybe it's once again before 15. Before I played 15, I would say it was like maybe the only Final Fantasy with actually good minute-to-minute dialogue.
And this is the part where the Final Fantasy 14 people start screaming at me.
I'm one of them. I would still say the same thing I just said.
From
Again,
what I played-
I'm happy for you that you feel that way about 15.
I like me some 9 dialogue, but
I was specifically talking about voice dialogue.
Yeah.
With all the text games. Text is a different beast entirely, anyway.
yeah.
Technically, Final Fantasy IV has voice dialogue.
Yeah.
Which one?
If you play the worst
DS
version,
version.
The DS version.
yes. If you play the worst version of that game, yes.
Well, yeah, the DS version is also where we found out it's pronounced Cecil.
That's
Yeah,
fucking
Cecil.
incorrect. I can't
That's
buy
the way
it.
that name is pronounced.
Cecil. You've never heard it pronounced Cecil?
Only by dumb idiots.
Well, fuck you.
Yeah,
I'm not saying Cecil.
that's the way that name is pronounced. That's just a name.
So it's not Cecil B. DeMille.
I cannot pronounce it Cecil. That sounds.
His name is Cecil
That's
B.
the
DeMille.
name. That being very insulting to Cecil out there.
Yeah.
Cecil Fielder.
Now try to
bald
pronounce
man.
his son's name.
What's his son's name?
boy.
Cesadore or some shit? I don't fucking know. Yeah.
Let me look up his
I-
name.
Right.
Theodore.
I've made
It's
it.
Theodore.
I've made it very clear that if and when we play 4, we need to immediately play the After Years because that shit
No,
show.
don't do that to like
That
you,
shit.
when
That
you
shit
play
show
4.
needs-
You need to give yourself some breathing room because
No.
it will taint 4 for you. 4 is good. It's not the best, but it's good.
I've never seen insects like this.
I would say
Sure.
the one good thing about the After Years is it just goes very fast. Like you walk around faster, fights happen fast and end faster.
Does the Pixel remaster include the After Years?
No.
No,
Good.
and it shouldn't
Smart.
because the After Years is not great.
I'm
I
just
think the only
looking
ways to
forward-
play the After Years now are the DS version, which is somewhat of a newer version. Yeah, that's like
PSP
it's not an
version.
actual
It
DS
is the
version.
DS port. It's
PSP
the
version.
port of the DS, so it's very funny. I think there was a weird way for you to transfer your saves from the DS game, the original DS version of Final Fantasy IV to the After Years.
I thought the After Years was the PSP thing.
It is. I mean, originally it was a cell phone game.
Yeah, it was on Wii.
Oh. Because it's on the PSP.
And also cell phones.
And
But yeah,
the PSP version is the best version.
God, I have a
kind of
copy
stuff
of the
is
After
waiting for you
Years
out here?
on my Steam account. And I've said this before. The weird thing about the Pixel remasters is they got rid of the optional post-game dungeons, like all of the weird dragon dungeon stuff. And so the only way to play them is if you play the GBA ports of those games, or you have a copy of the discontinued iOS Android versions of the game.
Oh, guess what? I have copies of the discontinued iOS versions, all the Steam versions of those.
I have
games.
them too. That's why when we do this 4-Job Fiesta, I will be playing that version, because I think it would be funny.
Playing the PS1 version like a degenerate. I like that he's named Butts. I like that the glitches still work. I like that
Well, and that
Paris
version's
is a
named
pirate.
You like that the load times give you time to go make a sandwich?
Yes, I like that.
They're not actually that bad. They're
They're
over. I
fine.
feel like those are overblown. I played 6 on the PS1. It's fine.
They're not a big deal.
Yeah, it's not as bad as you'd think. It's totally not great, but it's not as bad.
No,
Especially if you're playing it on like a PlayStation 2 or a PS3, the load times are actually faster. It's not that bad.
I am going to enjoy Ferris and her pirate talk. Maximum pirate talk.
One thing I will say, the version of Final Fantasy IV for the PlayStation is fucking awful.
I've not played it.
It actively has a bug where it will not start on a PS1.
Sick.
Oh, right. Right.
It's literally like it's a die roll. No, it's not PS1 compatible. It's a PS1 game, but it's not PS1 compatible.
What?
So if you have an original PlayStation 1 and you put in the version of Final Fantasy IV in your PlayStation 1, a real copy, there is a 1 in 10 chance it'll start.
On that
Like, is there a
PlayStation or like each
variant of
time?
PlayStation? Is
On
like
that, like each time. So like you okay, put it in, start it. Okay, it didn't start. Put it in, start it.
I'm
Okay, it
trying to
didn't
find
start.
the official explanation for this, but yes, this was a real thing.
Yeah.
Is it-
But
is
if you
this
put it in
a specific-
PS2, it works no problem.
Is this a specific variant of the PS1, or is it just like all PlayStation 1?
All PlayStation 1s except for the mini,
Huh.
which is the majority of PlayStation 1.
I wish I still had my PS1 mini. That thing was so small.
Yep, mine is right
Yeah,
next to me.
like I agree, but the PS1 mini was barely bigger than the disc you put it in. You put in it.
It is sick. I miss my PlayStation 2 Slim. It stopped working.
Yeah, I also missed
I fed it Unlimited Saga. It gave up.
I
Life.
I sold mine to GameStop because I'm a fucking idiot.
I let my wife, when we were dating, borrow my PS2, and then it died when she tried to get it to play Persona 4. My request. You know, the fact that she stuck with me after I said you should play Persona 4. You know what? Someone who's never really played video games, you should play Persona 4.
It's
Yeah.
hard one to cut your teeth
Yeah,
on, that's for sure.
you know, the fact that she was willing to indulge you and your sick interests.
He played Final Fantasy X until Visage. She got to Visage. That was it. That was it.
I'm on a truck.
Oh yeah, you did the glide and you landed on the truck.
Yep.
The toothbrushes to tanks.
Whatever, I'm leaving. Oh man, it's Jack Final Fantasy.
He's not getting up. He's just in that pose. He's not moving, is he?
He's gonna stay there until the truck
Wait,
arrives.
this game mentions the 2008 financial crisis?
Of course, why wouldn't it?
So it is okay. I looked it up, Jatsu. It is specifically with the Black Label box edition of Final Fantasy anthologies.
Yes.
So the greatest hits version is fine.
Yeah, they learned that there was a horrible problem and fixed it.
Well, here's the weird thing. The weird thing is that Final Fantasy Anthology, there's two different versions. There's the North American version, and then there's the European version.
Yeah, and I
The
think
North
it's actually
American-
not called Anthology. I think it's called Final Fantasy Chronicles.
But
And for whatever reason, it's 4 and Chrono Trigger.
yes, no, it's 5 and 6 in North America, while the European edition is 4 and 5.
Oh, that's weird.
Hey, listen. Watch your back with Ishigami. He's hiding something.
Learning things today.
This operation isn't
Final Fantasy Chronicles was a different thing that also, yes, included
Yes.
Chrono
The 1 and
Trigger.
2 one.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I thought Chronicles.
No, that's
I thought-
Origins. Origins is 1 and 2.
Yeah, or I have Origins lying around somewhere too. That works.
Chronicles is the because 4 was not included in Anthology in the North American release of Anthology, they put it as Chronicles, but then it included Chrono Trigger.
I was about to say, I thought the PS1 version of Chrono Trigger and some of the was combined with some other Final Fantasy game. At least
I think
here.
it was here. That is how my friends played Chrono Trigger.
Take care of her for me, Cliff.
You got it.
Chrono Trigger's still.
It had anime cutscenes.
Promise.
Did?
Yeah, sure did.
Sure is a good game.
I played the DS version of Chrono Trigger.
Hi,
first.
Mr. Ninja. Are you my dad?
Mr. Ninja, why is your murder hand pulsating?
I don't talk. Oh. Making me shut up, are you?
You should drink water. Just filled your bottle. Enjoy.
Come on, Hayabusa.
Refreshing agua fresca. Not really.
That's a good drink.
I had agua fresca today.
I like hibiscus.
Yeah, I like hibiscus as well.
Because
Jamaica,
I went
as we like to
grocery
say.
shopping, and then I went to lunch at Chipotle like a fucking bougie aristocrat.
When I think of Chipotle, I think of aristocracy.
Yeah.
When I think of
How
Chipotle,
else would you
I think of,
describe
hey,
paying
didn't they-
$14 for a burrito?
I don't know. When I think of Chipotle, I think of, hey, wait a minute, didn't their food fucking kill people?
No. I mean, it was only
Yeah.
a few thousand cases of E. coli. I got a free burrito, though, as long as I waived any right to a class action lawsuit.
I love free burritos.
I hate class action lawsuits.
In all honesty, the burrito is probably more money you would have gotten.
Yeah.
The class action lawsuit, you would have gotten a check for 35 cents.
Finally got a quote into the out of context quote. Hey, huzzah.
Anyway, the best weapon is back,
Bye.
folks.
Alright, good night.
luck with Ninja Gaiden. Keep
Alright.
snapping necks off. Enjoy.
Man.
Oh, I love this fucking staff. I was going to say game, and then I realized what I was playing.
Like, there's parts of this game where you're like, oh man, this is so cool, and then you remember.
And then the rest of it
That's a
happens.
stealth sequence.
Yeah, it's okay. We're coming up on the first Crash Bandicoot
right.
sequence.
So, yeah, notice how this kind of reminds you of Jurassic Park. It looks like the base in the first game, or the first movie.
Oh, yeah, it kind of does.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder why they did that. Wouldn't you say, Braden?
Who's to say?
Who's to say?
If there's
is
an actual
actually-
T-Rex and I don't remember it, that's so fucking funny.
Yeah, that would be funny, wouldn't it?
I mean,
This
it
is
would be.
maybe the worst part of the game when you get to that part.
I don't
it would
know.
be the first-
There's a boss fight near the end of this game that
Right.
I'm going to cuss a lot at. I'm going to say a cuss.
Are you gonna
Braden,
take the
I'd
Lord's
appreciate
name
if
in
you stopped,
vain,
worrying
Braden? I'm gonna
so much.
call your parents.
It's okay.
You
My
sullied
parents
the
are
name of our Lord
also
and Savior.
no longer super religious.
Hmm.
I'm sorry, they're
Hope that
just like
guy's-
you, Chris. They believe in science and fact and intellectual elitism.
I stand by my statement of
Sometimes you gotta own people of facts and logic so they don't deny climate change.
That's. I don't know, is this a put down? Are you putting me like?
Because that works. That's how you persuade people.
No. That's why skepticism is the second part of using facts and logic, so is that you can point out when they're using red herrings or strawmen.
Hey, who likes Crash Bandicoot?
I love
I do. Are we about to see?
I
a
thought that the
Bandicoot
Crash
too?
Bandicoot remastered stuff was like really well done.
Oh yeah,
It's very
I
good.
liked Crash 4.
Can we just say this? The Uncharted part with Crash Bandicoot, fucking amazing.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
It's almost like I did this part multiple times.
I will also say the fact that you can now play Crash Bandicoot on non-Sony platforms is kind of a fucking wild thing to me.
Yes.
I mean, there was other games on other
Sure,
platforms.
but like the core, like that entire Insane trilogy now being available on Xbox.
Yeah, that's true. I think I have it on. Do I have it on the Switch?
I also
I
played,
have bad news. If that deal goes through, then Xbox will be the owners of Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah, they would.
Yeah.
They would.
I played the first Crash Bandicoot 4 on a GameCube.
Finally, they'll discard.
We don't
Blink's
talk
the
about
time
Wrath
back.
of Cortex.
I
I
ever
liked it,
said
yeah.
my theory or my pitch to like how to make a Conquer game?
Yeah.
is that you have Conquer. My pitch would be Conquer versus the Xbox rejects, and you have Conquer go through an anthology of different worlds, similar to like Nuts and Bolts.
So
but
it's Conquer
he has
versus
to
Voodoo
navigate
Vince and
Yes.
Blinks the Time
Voodoo
Cat.
Vince,
Or
Voodoo
Fusion
Vince,
Frenzy.
Blinks.
Bloodwake.
I would even say like
that dragon
Force,
thing.
Maybe have the Xbox, the Xbox Sports franchise represented, where he's playing like Topspin and maybe like the NFL game that they made. Like, that's my idea.
Does the multiplayer just happen in Fusion Frenzy? Is it just Fusion
Yes.
Frenzy too?
There has to be a Fusion Frenzy level,
What
right?
was that? What was that? Awful. Yeah, I said Fusion Frenzy earlier. What was that? There was an
Force?
original Xbox game that was like generally considered one of the worst Xbox
Drake of the 99 Dragons.
Warriors.
Yes, I was trying to think as a dragon thing.
Oh, no one wants to remember that. But
That's that came out on Steam. Like a few years ago,
You
that
know?
just randomly was put on Steam.
It is now on Drake and the 99 Dragons. Yeah, it's $7.
That's too much money.
I mean, I'm happy it exists.
I'm happy Matt McMuscles played it, so I don't have to.
Yeah, it's from Majesco. I guess the Cookin' Mama money is running low.
Oh, Majesco still exists?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to save the forest from Majesco.
Pariah was the other game I was.
Oh, Pariah.
Wait, is that an actual thing? Is Majesco burning down the rainforest or something?
No, see, this is my broken brain, is I remember this from a Nintendo download minute back when Giant Bomb was doing that, and it was literally just called Save the Forest from Majesco.
Oh.
And they're like, oh no, Majesco's burning down the forest.
If Brayden follows through on his wheel of dubious third-person action games, I want him to put Advent Rising on that list.
That's not a character action game.
You
Yeah,
just
it is.
reminded me, do you guys think Enjoy Your Massage is lost media?
From
Do you think someone backed that
Microworld.
game up?
No, I'm sure someone has backed up all of that DSiWare shit.
Let's sing national anthems.
Let's sing national anthems.
One of my favorite Jeff Green
Jeff
moments
Green. Oh. Remember when video games used to be fun and good? You know, back in the heady days of 2012, when Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge happened.
Yeah, Ninja Gaiden 3 came out. Dead or Alive. Dead or Alive 5 came out, I think.
ever. Is this where...
Resident Evil 6 did come out, didn't it?
Yes.
Yep.
I
very
consider
good
this
point
game and
here.
Resident Evil 6 analogous.
Yeah, this game, Resident Evil 6, Dead Space 3. That's the year where everything went wrong.
I think I would rather play Resident Evil 6, but specifically with another person.
I did that.
RE6 and Dead Space 3 have the advantage of
I
being
remember
co-op
that. I
games.
remember you, like, getting locked in the Leon campaign at a very specific part multiple times. Because of a bug.
Yeah,
It's a damn shame that they pulled Ninja Blade from Steam, because it would be a great companion piece to this.
If I could play, believe me, if I could play Ninja Blade, I would. But
I mean,
it
you
is
can,
not
you
back
just gotta
compat,
find it.
so I would have to literally get a 360 copy.
I mean,
yes, there are no less than 2 Xbox 360s in my childhood bedroom for various reasons.
Do 360 discs work on the new Xboxes?
Yes, if they're
it's
back
backwards
compat.
compatible, you can put it. If
So,
it's back compat, you put it in and it just downloads the playable version.
But the weird thing is, there are certain games that are back compat but aren't sold digitally for rights reasons. So, for example, 50 Cent Blood on the Sand is
I have a copy of that game somewhere.
Is back compatible. But see, I have a Series S, so I can never play that game unless I were to hack it.
So could you not? I mean, I'm not recommending you spend a bunch of money, but
I mean, he could just
is it
plug
possible
in.
you
I could
play
literally
that
just
later
plug
on
in
plan?
a 360.
It's not a
The
good
difference
game.
would be
though.
the difference would be between playing it in 720p and 1080p. I don't think it's that.
was like,
I think
is
it might
there
be
a way
1080
to
60.
put it through?
Like that game will never be re-released because of all the music.
Yeah, also because 50 Cent doesn't remember making it.
I don't think anyone.
He's
remembers
making a lot
yeah.
of money on that vitamin water.
And appearing in
To
direct-to-video
basketball.
films with Bruce Willis.
I thought Bruce Willis was stopped.
Yeah,
at that.
Bruce Willis
Yes,
stopped
but-
making movies.
The thing I learned from that Red Letter Media video is apparently 50 Cent also in a lot of direct-to-video stuff. Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, to be exact.
I mean, sure, why not? Wasn't he in like some of those weird Chinese Schwarzenegger movies recently?
Sure.
Or am I thinking of something else? No, it was a Jackie Chan movie.
So has Arnold Schwarzenegger been in a bunch of weird movies?
Direct-to-video
Weird
stuff?
Chinese
Yeah.
movies
Oh, yeah.
recently?
Yeah, there was like there's some Chinese company that basically paid a lot of, you know,
Hey,
very
remember The Great
popular
Wall?
90s actors.
Remember
Yeah.
remember that movie with Matt Damon where they're like finally gonna the future of US and Chinese cinema
Right.
collaborations.
People buy crypto.
Wait, what?
You know, I still get crypto ads on Twitch.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's like the most surreal thing to see. It just shows a bunch of it's like an astronaut commercial.
I just get
and
ads
it's
for
something
Fire Emblem
crazy's about to
Engage
happen.
and a
I would rather
Hyundai.
get ads for that.
I don't. Hey guys, did you know that Fire Emblem Engage comes out on Friday? I know this because I have it preloaded on my Nintendo Switch. Will I stream it? Absolutely fucking not.
I've decided not to buy it because the last time I bought a Fire Emblem game when it came out, it's still in the wrapping. It's literally 5 feet of me still in the wrapping.
What did you buy? 3 houses?
Yeah.
Hmm. I mean, you
Bought
can
it
start
that
playing
day.
that now. You can start playing that now. By the time you finish it, Fire Emblem Engage will be patched all the way up, and all the DLC will be released.
Yeah, but I'm not going to do that.
No.
There's so much fucking game there, and it's
That's my problem with Three Houses. Is
I mean,
just too much.
listen, me, noted Fire Emblem sicko, only finished that game 1.5 times.
Hey, one of these days, I'm going to play Shining Force 3, and then I'll get to the Fire Emblem games, maybe.
Hey, you know, all 3 parts of Shining Force 3 are translated now.
Yeah, that's actually the thing that's actually stopping me, because I was waiting for the 3 translations. I do actually own 3, the first part anyways. Well, I own actual Japanese discs of the other ones too, but that's not
Aiden
gonna be
keeps
any good.
threatening Jeff and I with Xenosaga 2.
You mean
Those are actual threats.
enticing
Your life
you.
could be ruined by...
I thought y'all did all the. I thought y'all did all the Xenosaga games.
No, we only
We
did the
have
first
one.
part.
We did one.
First one's like 3 bajillion hours long. It's not actually, but it feels like it at times.
Hey, listen,
It's
it was
really
like our
hard to do.
3rd game. We were still figuring out what we want. Remember when we did lectures? And then we were like, wait, this is a bad idea.
What if you instead you did lectures on Draken?
I mean, as the foremost authority in podcasts for Draken,
And being eaten by sharks in Draken.
I am legitimately shocked that game exists.
Draken?
I'm not.
Yeah.
That game makes
I mean,
sense as like something that would be on the Amiga in 1989.
I
The
guess,
weird
but
part
just
is that it came out on the Super
specifically the
Nintendo.
SNES version. Yeah. Like, me getting that for my one Super Nintendo game for the year was a real bad year, because that game is not good.
Anyway, I think the game's just gonna throw Ulm at me now, because it's oh no, not yet. Because all of these challenge rooms are like, hey, remember these boss fights from these better Ninja Gaiden games?
Is this like a challenge room or something?
Yeah, these are what the Crystal Skulls unlock. Ah, fuck.
Someone sent me
I did. I'm out.
no.
It might have been me when you said send me the cutscene bit.
No, that was me asking a question.
It's fine. I just saw the femboy Wyvern Rider from Engage, and it's good when a game knows exactly what it's going for. See, I haven't even looked at any of the leaks, and you telling me there's a femboy Wyvern Rider. I'm like, of course there is. God bless America. Also, the artist for that game's characters is the artist of one of the VTubers I follow.
So this is the VTuber Fire Emblem game.
Yeah, finally. Finally, Fire Emblem gets anime, you know? It was too dark and gritty
What you're saying
before.
is you
30
do
years
want to
Fire
watch
Emblem
the Fire Emblem anime as
I
a
don't.
podcast.
I don't think it deserves a full podcast.
What if we did? But what if we did?
Okay, but counterpoint. What if we didn't? Because then we're just doing a bad anime podcast.
We've already reviewed podcasts, or man, a podcast that reviews podcasts sounds like horse.
Podcast.
That
What
puppy.
if
that
we've
Alex
already
Jones
reviewed
episode was
anime,
wild.
Braden?
I'm just saying there's nothing interesting about it. Like, it's an early 90s FMV, it's an early
Yeah,
90s...
but just think that the other interesting thing is the fact that that was Nintendo's attempt to introduce North America to Fire Emblem.
I think it was just incidentally licensed. I think it was just 90s Japanimation craze
Very lucky
leading
that
to
happened. I
we
mean,
got it.
some of the
Listen,
stuff
this
that got
Ninja
brought over
Scroll
was
is
really
hot.
fun.
Kids
Yeah.
love Ninja Scroll.
I remember when Ninja Scrolls was a huge deal.
I don't.
I'm not old enough to remember when Ninja Scroll was a huge deal.
I remember very specifically when on our version of the Cartoon Network, they're like, we got this Japanimation. We're going to show you Ninja Scroll, Wings of Hanema, and Armitage.
Jesus.
I don't remember if Ninja Scroll ever got showed on Cartoon Network.
So
here.
people forget this, but there was a time when Adult Swim did not exist on Cartoon Network, and what existed instead was known as the Midnight Run. And their whole selling point is that they would air anime only slightly censored.
Yeah, that's how Evangelion aired on television in the US.
Yeah, Evangelion aired midnight USA time. And I believe Ninja Scrolls aired like 1 a.m.
I know that at one point in time, the first episode of Evangelion was shown on Toonami.
So,
But it was just the
yes,
first episode.
But it was just the first episode. It was edited for a special known as it was Mecha Week. I remember this as a child, and they aired an edited episode of episode 1.
I seriously doubt you could edit the rest of that to be anywhere near suitable.
It's fine.
I mean, yeah.
I'm imagining a hospital sequence where it's just Asuka in the hospital bed and then just occasional shots of Shinji looking angry.
I'm so fucked up.
He just spilled his carton of milk.
So they wouldn't have that.
You know what? If I've never seen the new, like, I don't know what is it, like a
Netflix
remake,
dub?
reimagining.
The last movie ended well. Holy
I
shit.
like those movies.
I would just think it would be pretty funny if the reimaginings did just rewrite that. It's like, oh no, he actually just spilled milk. That would be pretty fucking funny.
Well,
well,
if you remember, the best example of them having a funny is you remember the scene where they introduce Pen Pen and Shinji's naked and she lifts the beer bottle and it's a small little thing of toothpicks covering his crotch. They changed that scene so as that Asuka is in that position and it's actually really well done.
All right.
Yeah, no, I had to justify my enjoyment of Evangelion to people on the internet recently.
The funny thing is like, I remember, I was surprised at how earnest and lovingly made the last movie was, because I remember when people were fucking pissed at 3.33.
I love that movie. That movie some bullshit.
That movie was Anno basically giving his fans 2 middle fingers and saying, I don't give a fuck about your feelings, eat my ass. Like,
But yeah, I very much had to talk to people being like, "Why the fuck do you like this?" I'll give you a hint for whom. It's let's say 2 chuckle fucks who I play video games with on the internet occasionally.
I remember when you and Jeremy Medina were tricking people on the Giant Bomb Discord into watching 3.33 or the movies, and then they would get to 3.33 and they would be very cross with you.
Yeah, it's good. I will cite myself as the reason why there is now an anime section on the Discord again. Definitely not.
I had to quarantine off the anime.
Again, it was Raiden and Jeremy Medina tricking people into watching the Evangelion
The rebuild
movies, saying,
movies.
"Oh, it's a fun sci-fi trilogy."
Oh
You
yeah,
gotta get
no.
to the third
Listen,
movie."
once you watch the the main story, you gotta watch the rebuild.
And then it was
films.
multiple people getting to movie 3 and being like, "Fuck
What the
you."
fuck is this? And it
So,
being like, yeah, gay piano playing. That's what the fuck that is.
Oh, is that all? Like,
Oh
No.
yeah, like half that
Movie 3 needs to be seen to be believed because it is the biggest I hate my fans, eat my ass thing I've ever seen my entire life. Like,
It is.
I thought it would be something like, oh, this movie made people feel sadder somehow.
I mean,
It's like-
3.33, not
there
making
is
the
one
characters
scene in
adults.
particular in that movie that I think is moi chef's kiss. Perfect.
Well, there's 2.
Involved. Well,
I mean-
yes, but there's the one involving the bomb caller.
Yes, that scene. Like, oh my god.
So, like, if I didn't like original Evangelion all that much, is Rebuild something I should watch? Like, I thought the monster designs are pretty cool and everything. but
It is
the actual,
Hideaki
like-
Anno going back and making a series of multi-million-dollar movies examining how he feels about the thing he
These
made.
characters today. Like, the odd thing is that they've the movies somewhat de-emphasized, not entirely de-emphasized the monsters. But yeah,
it's
Brayden, I will say this. When I saw it in a movie theater, yes, the collar definitely pissed people off, but
Oh, that scene is so good.
the scene that really pissed people off was when Ryoji came back. And then they have Ryoji do his thing.
Who's Ryoji?
he's a guy who appears, like, for 5 minutes and then dies.
Yeah.
Is that the dude with the head thing?
In the original one, in the original one, wasn't he one of the angels or something?
Yeah, okay.
It's very late in the show.
Yeah, I mean, from what I understand, he showed up in a lot of, like, aftermarket media, so he was a popular character. Wouldn't surprise me if they brought him back in those movies. Even though he has no screen time in the original series.
Those
Honestly,
movies are about... Boy, howdy. Let's talk about Mari Illustrious Minikami.
Yeah,
a
Ryoji.
character who exists just to troll people.
Yeah, but
Sure,
yeah,
why not?
the big reveal with Kaji about what his deal is in that third movie, fucking holy shit, the movie theater was fucking pissed.
So it's something different?
Oh,
this-
fuck yes.
Fantastic.
Okay, well that's good. Subverting expectations can be good sometimes.
Does it wind up being a very different, like,
Those
Absolutely.
movies are
story?
their own
Like,
thing, and
The
they're
movies are
very.
significantly different.
See,
So
that's good because I would literally never want to watch Evangelion again. If
Yeah,
it's just a retelling of Evangelion, like no thank
Oh my friend.
no,
No.
Absolutely.
no. You guys don't know what WILLE is.
Yeah, Vile.
Because holy fucking god. Operation Yamato.
Wait, one last thing. Is Shinji just as fucking useless? Like,
Yes and no.
No, you can't answer.
okay.
Like I said,
Yeah.
after what they did in 3.33, genuinely shocked that the last movie was like this.
The way it
earnest
swings
attempt to, like,
around in
just conclude this and then have Anno move on with his life.
yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's
That final scene in that last movie is really goddamn good.
it moved me. I'm not gonna say it made me cry because I'm an emotionally deadened man-child.
He's mad.
What the fuck?
When I
Is
got
it
to
one
that
of those?
end scene,
I just want to know: is it one of those things that makes you feel sad and like, oh, this is cool, or something that makes you feel happy?
I just like Hikaru Utada. Okay.
I don't know who that is.
That's Sibling Clean. That's the Kingdom Hearts theme song lady.
Oh, okay.
She's an accomplished musician. Okay.
I would say I was genuinely smiling when I got to the end of that movie. And
Oh, will you give me one last kiss?
Wait, what's that name again?
Hikaru Utada or Utada Hikaru? I
Just-
forgot which one's the first name.
UTADA, if you just want to find out who she
Utada,
is, 'cause-
yeah.
Yeah, that's the artist name she goes by usually.
I believe. I think might be
Hikaru.
non-binary now. Might be using they them pronouns. I forgot. Anyway,
But no, yeah, Braden, I'm with you. The bomb collar scene is
it's so
fucking
good.
good.
No need to worry.
And I mean, that was the moment when people were like, oh, so he promised us a straightforward reinterpretation of Evangelion. He's gonna make the Evangelion without the weird shit, and then
Well, yeah, that's what the first movie's kind of that, and then
the second movie starts to get a little bit weirder, and then
the
that
third movie is
happens.
its own thing, and it's fucking bananas.
I just don't see how you would make Evangelion without all the weird shit. I think isn't that just what they're
Well, I
trying to
mean,
do?
that's why I like to call the first two movies one of the greatest cons ever, because he deliberately sold his fans that I'm gonna do it this time. I'm gonna make a straightforward Evangelion mecha movie like you guys always complain I never did. And then the first movie is kind of that, which is why it's
Yeah.
a little difficult to get through it, but it's still pretty good.
It's a
And then you get
decent
to the second-
retelling of the first 7 episodes.
And then you get to the second movie, and it's like, okay, it's starting to get a little weird, but it's still pretty straightforward. And then you get to the third movie, and it's like, oh, he's telling his fans.
Tell me
basically
about the
Anno's telling-
dinosaurs.
From fossil cells.
He's telling his fans, go fuck yourselves. Fuck you. I hate you people.
Business,
And it's
of
great.
course.
He spent 2 movies to tell his fans to go fuck themselves. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's so fucking good.
I'm mad I did not watch Shin Ultraman.
The potential of cloned organs.
I thought you did.
No, I was going to. But then it turns out that the showings on Thursday were dubbed.
Oh,
And I
okay.
can't deal with dubs over humans.
Oh, fuck. You got to this part of the game.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, dinosaurs, huh? How do you like?
Yeah, I guess-
You like?
Hey,
Hey,
about the dinosaurs.
Crash
About the
Bandicoot, huh?
dinosaurs.
Show me your true power.
That's the greatest answer. Why business?
Could sell millions of them. Jesus Christ! What the fuck is this fucking plot?
Does he just want to make Jurassic Park? Is that
Owned organs. Okay.
Hey, can you give Ryu Hayabusa a new arm?
Only a dinosaur arm.
Oh, so yeah, Ryu has to carry his samurai sword with little Tyrannosaurus Rex hands.
Just the
Ryu
one.
Yeah,
Dino
you're thinking,
Busa.
oh shit, Ryu gets to fight a dinosaur. This is gonna be cool. Just you wait.
Yeah, surely this couldn't get worse. This kind of bad boss fight that, once again, does not really take advantage of the things that make these combat encounters interesting or fun.
So it just runs into the wall and falls over? And it just falls to the ground. Okay.
Yeah, it's got the pattern. The dinosaur pattern.
Yeah, we played that first Tomb Raider game.
Notice something?
And now it's invincible.
Thing about the T-Rex in that first Tomb Raider game is it shows up, it does its thing, and actually dies pretty fast.
I love that.
Shut the fuck up, video game.
Yeah, also, that's the other thing with this boss, is that it takes a lot of damage. It's not necessarily easy or hard, it's so fucking slow. Battle. Just a slog.
Yeah, remember how when I was playing Ninja Gaiden 2 and was just mowing through some of those bosses in like a handful of seconds because I managed to get them on the ropes?
Because you played this game before and you're good at it, and also you can stun them or something?
It's more that, like, they aren't fucking invincible in certain phases. It's, you go, you hit them.
Then you're done.
I'm trying to think of a good "we are out of ideas" trope.
Pokemon monster catching systems in JRPGs that are not Pokemon.
Or SMP.
Yeah. I think a lot about,
World of Final Fantasy.
yeah, well, 13
I didn't
too.
like what I played of World of Final Fantasy. I should play it again. It's been like 6 years.
I feel like the more common recent one would be like, oh, is this a multiplayer online battle arena or was it Battle Royale or something like that?
Yeah, Battle Royale is definitely up there.
But MOBA was definitely one for a while. Like, remember that Lord of the Rings MOBA?
Oh, you mean Guardians of Middle-earth?
Yeah.
Wasn't that a Monolith joint?
It sure was.
Sure was. Monolith still wants to convince you that they're working on that project of theirs.
They're making Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
And definitely won't be canceled because Warner Brothers wants to sell everything, despite the fact that their studios aren't worth the asking price without the IP that gets attached to them.
I mean, they've made some good stuff over the years that has not been all that well known.
I mean, yeah, Shogo.
Shogo.
That's a joke. Shogo's not great.
Shogo had its time.
Yeah, and that time was when it came out.
Remember
Imagine making a shooter in the year 1998 and not letting you map the mouse to do damage, to shoot. You have to press control to shoot in that game.
Shogo had weird like MechAssault DNA, vestigial MechAssault ideas. Remember when they put mechs in Fear and everyone realized, wait, this is just a modernized version of Shogo?
Fear 2?
Yeah.
Isn't that the one where you get
Raped at the
ghost
end.
raped at the end?
You get
Yes,
yeah.
you ghost raped, yes. It's nowhere near as shocking as it should be for that phrase.
I remember when someone described it to me, they were laughing the entire time while saying it.
It's more like an oh my god, I can't believe they're actually doing this than anything.
And then it comes back in Fear 3.
Yeah, she's pregnant.
Remember when Joku and I played that game to celebrate its 10th anniversary?
I still maintain that fucking Run is a lot of fun, like a great.
I agree. I had a lot of fun with fucking Run. I did not get to play it anywhere near enough.
I'm trying a new tactic.
It's an idea that needs to be expanded on.
I've had this weird relationship with Fear 1, but I've never played through it because I have a Logitech mouse, and for whatever reason, if you try to play that game on Windows with the Logitech mouse, the frame rate is locked at 24.
You have to download some DLLs.
Yeah. For one, Fear 1 requires you to go find some DLLs. For two, I played it with a Logitech mouse like a year or two ago. It didn't really happen.
Did they finally fix it then?
They might have.
Yes, Rocksteady's Frank Miller's Holy Terror.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lower the difficulty, video game. Fuck you. I'm yelling at the screen now. I'm having a heated gaming moment.
Fear 1 is absolutely worth. Regardless of what the rest of the series did, Fear 1 absolutely worth getting that game working.
That game is fantastic.
When it first came out, was novel in that it had AI that was smart at the time.
And now you look at it and you see the strings a little more. You see the scripting.
Sure.
It's still very smart.
But it's still like flashlight.
It's like, he flipped over table.
He's flanking us.
I mean, we still play plenty of games where all the AI does is move forward or waits until you're in their line of sight and you can find the seams of their line of sight.
I mean, at the time, like, Fear was there. The original Halo had generally pretty good AI for its time. Even now, honestly.
Honestly, I think that the one thing about Halo that doesn't get enough credit is the weird ecosystem within the campaign where you can see different enemies fighting each other or interacting with each other.
Isn't that a thing in the first Turok as well?
Kind of. I mean, yeah, you definitely see carnivores feasting on other dinosaurs.
My favorite part of Jurassic Park Trespasser.
I remember as a kid, like, going through that first Halo game and being kind of amazed that, like, oh, the Sentinels care about the Flood before they care about Master Chief.
One of these days, I'll probably play that game.
It's
first Halo or Fear.
Probably both. I don't know.
Anyway.
There have been people post about finding the first Halo boring, kind of in the same way that people post about finding Half-Life 2 boring.
Yeah, those people, don't trust them. Don't trust anyone under the age of 30.
A lot of times I think it's a case of, like, coming to the game after playing basically everything else that just did the same thing.
I don't know. Yeah.
I think it just takes 60% of your health with its first attack.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, it sure did. I recently replayed Half-Life 2, and I don't know, I kind of like the speed of that game more as I've gotten older, where it's like, fuck, I'm not having to worry about... I'm not having to worry about combat arenas. I can just be here and just fiddle around at my own speed and not worry about some sort of turret fucking me up. But yeah, sure, the game is way too long for its own good, but...
I feel like Half-Life 2 is generally pretty well paced. The car section in the middle is maybe a little too long. But...
I'm just saying the car and boat
literally
stuff
the
is too
section
long.
that I stop at every single time I try to.
I don't know. I actually thought that the swamp hovercraft thing sequence was a little too long for me.
Wait, is there a swamp?
Oh, yeah, that's also...
the fucking...
The river boat. Yeah, it's also too long.
The number of times where it's like, I can't touch the water because it's poison.
Anyway, now that we're talking about Half-Life, I'm not gonna let this conversation go without saying that Black Mesa is the best Half-Life game at this point.
Nah, man, Alex is fucking hilarious. I love it.
I don't own a VR headset.
I borrowed my my stepbrother's headset, and that was the first thing I did. And boy, the implications of Alex, I sure would like to see Valve do something, anything. Goddamn.
Well, it would be nice if they would continue to do stuff with that franchise. Yes, I thought that 15 years ago.
Nah, man, the story of Alex is.
I've heard enough stuff about the story. I don't know the whole thing.
You mean specifically the scene at the end, because that's really the only thing that matters.
I actually think that what they do with Alex and the character that's in your talking into your
The guy from Flight of the Conchords.
Guy whose name you can't remember.
E.
Anyway,
but
like,
no, yeah, the ending of Alex is fucking wild.
Yeah,
Anyway,
it's worth just watching.
For people without a headset, though.
I mean, it's quite the money sink if you wanted to play it. That's the thing, right?
Yeah, just borrow. I just need to borrow my brother-in-law's Oculus, or excuse me, Meta Quest 2, and get the stupid cord that connects it to a computer.
So I do have access to an Oculus headset, but my computer doesn't have enough power to actually support it.
Yep.
Without doing some very specific things.
I'm gonna say some gamer words soon.
What?
Fiddlesticks.
Is it bad?
Hogwash.
By the Queen's blood.
Blood for the blood god?
Skulls for the skull throne.
T-Rex is for the T-Rex god?
No, that's the lizard man.
Environments in Half-Life 2 really boring. It's definitely a pretty muted game.
I think City 17
I think
has a
City.
look.
I'm gonna back up Brayden. I think City 17 is.
No. I'm not saying that. Somebody in the chat said that.
City 17 is like great.
I think,
especially when you go back to City 17 and it's all fucked up and ruined.
That's that's probably the best part of the game, actually. Yeah, I love playing Half-Life 2. Like the actual feel of that game. Also, something about it just feels better than the vast majority of video games not called Doom 2016.
It's a shame that most first-person shooter campaigns still are bad. I don't know if I've talked about it too much on stream, but I could not finish Modern Warfare 2.
Not great. Yeah, the most recent Call of Duty. DMZ is fun.
Oh yeah, like the multiplayer in that game is fun. It's not the multiplayer I have a problem with.
Gamer152 on Giant Bomb did a pretty good write-up of like, yeah, remember how 6 months ago I was super positive about the state of Halo Infinite? Yeah, about that. No.
Yeah, hey. The person who is allowed to have a take on Halo.
As far as like modern first-person shooter campaigns that are actually good, they're all in the classic shooter.
They all took, or they all came out in 2016.
That. Or,
Let me see if I can actually challenge this. I don't think I can because if
I'm not saying there are no good ones, but like the best of them now.
Was that weird Kevin Spacey Call of Duty considered a good campaign?
Advanced Warfare.
I mean, that's where press F to pay respects came from, so yes.
Oh, okay. Well, then absolutely. Yeah, of course. What am I even thinking?
Alright.
I hate this.
Yeah, this fight seems bad.
Okay, so let's talk. Let's talk boss design. Like, does this thing have any tells? Does it have any...
I mean, it raises its leg and then it does something. Whether that thing is it charging, which is an unblockable attack, or doing the quick swipe, which is apparently another unblockable attack. It just seems like it's not great.
No, it's not.
It's almost like...
I could see why I don't remember this, because I probably just wanted to get past it and forget it immediately.
See, I'm going over this list of single-player first-person shooter games, and I think I forgot about Metro Exodus.
It's fine. there's too much.
Oh yeah, WWK. If you're talking about like Halo's cachet as a brand, as a property in video games, as a landmark thing, it doesn't exist anymore. Because part of it was Call of Duty ate its lunch. Part of it is Microsoft fucked up by trying to strip mine Halo.
Yeah.
Would you consider Resident Evil Village a first-person shooter?
No.
Like, okay, it's
Not
not
until you
very
get to
good
play as
anymore.
Not until you
get
play
to
as
the
Chris.
Yes, but it's not.
It just turns full gamer
That
mode.
part's literally the worst part.
Oh, you mean the best
Or the
part?
best part.
That's
as
the
far as
funniest. Like, when that happened, I was, like, pumping my fist in the air.
That part only gets good when you get to start reading the books about the history of Resident Evil.
I just think that entire game is a delightful,
I will agree that when they start to need to feel obligated to talk about Resident Evil as a universe, it's very, very good.
I mostly ignored that.
Relkin, are you gonna play Resident Evil 8, Relkin? I know you haven't.
Yeah, I would not want to spoil Resident Evil. There are some really cool things in Resident Evil.
Yeah, like I just wanted to bring that up before we keep talking about 8. What was your answer there?
Yes, I will. I'm
Okay, then...
consistently a handful of years behind. Or for a long time.
I'm going to look this
Anyway,
up. I'm going to look this up.
Relkin helped
Game-
me solve a piano puzzle
Over the past
when I
few
was sleep
years.
deprived in Resident Evil 8. I remember that.
Sure, I don't remember that.
It was
The
probably
people-
at 4 in the morning.
Oh,
And I said,
right.
"Oh God, a piano," and you said, "Okay, hold on," and then you
people-
guided me through it.
Do people like Far Cry 6?
No.
No.
Okay. Then
Which one is Far Cry 6?
That's the one with Giancarlo Esposito.
No, wait, no, the most recent one. America
That's
was,
that's not
5.
Cuba. That's not. Is it not Cuba or not Panama? Something.
Man, it's the one with Gus from Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the one
Um,
that released all those weird memes of him looking stoic and then looking happy or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
It's
I'm
such a
going.
bummer.
I'm going to.
Are you going to uninstall this game?
You gonna mute yourself and then beat it?
No.
Are you going to switch to Sonic the Hedgehog?
There was a time when I would stand the Far Cry games, or I would defend the Far Cry games far more than I probably should have. Because I was someone who was willing to defend Far Cry 5.
Yeah. 'Cause it takes place in Sparky Buzzsaw Land.
It's so boring.
I
Also, that
definitely
game.
liked 1. I personally liked 2.
Who's great?
3 is fine, and then 4 I think was my personal favorite.
I don't
franchise.
want to replay 2 because I bet it will make me mad.
That's part of the reason why I like 2 is because of how aggressive it is.
How much you enjoy just jeeps flying out of the jungle every 5 minutes.
It's also like still of the era where Far Cry wasn't up its own ass about the open world part stuff.
I would also argue that 2 is the only one that picks a theme and fucking sticks with it as hard as it
fully
can.
commits to it. Right.
I like
I
how
don't know.
sometimes
Everything
it
after
just
3 is
doesn't.
the same thing.
You could argue that 3 does a little bit, but I feel like 3 kind of just peters out
The
halfway
problem
through.
I have with 3 is when you get to the second the true antagonist of 3, and he's not even the clear.
Oh,
he's
yeah,
just
no,
such
like-
an uninteresting character.
When Hoyt becomes the main bad guy,
The entire island at the end.
it's almost like it's a weird superfluous thing.
Which is why you can tell that they took that to heart when they made Pagan Min in 4. Because he sticks with you for
another
basically the entire game until obviously you find out, oh, the resistance front is split between 2 people. Oh no, you gotta pick a side.
both-
Oh wait, the person you pick goes on to become a dictator regardless, and that's the message.
Well, I mean, listen. History has a long run of freedom fighters who go on to become the monster that they initially fought against.
Fidel
It's just
Castro.
so contrived and poor. But I think Pagan Min is just such a great character.
Listen,
Which
do you
one
want
is
a
the Blood
narco
Dragon
state,
one? Is
or
that
do you
based
want
on
like
three?
a weird repressive religious?
Well, Braden, regardless of which one it is, it's gonna have Troy Baker.
Troy Baker playing a dude from, I believe, Singapore is where Pagan Min is from.
Can't escape. In this,
Is that the new Far Cry game, Far Cry Troy? But
Well,
it's
let's,
just all
let's
Troy
how about
Baker?
we all, I forget, Far Cry Primal.
Far Cry Primal seems like a game I will inevitably stream because it seems bad. But boy, they sure did have an idea. All 18,000 of those
Interesting that you
Ubisoft
say
studios,
Horizon
each making
ate
their
Far
own
Cry's
game.
lunch, because I feel like Horizon's a much different game. I mean, sure, it's the open world, like, do stuff game, but, like...
Horizon is just the latest successful game to take the Ubisoft formula and do something different enough that people don't realize it's the Ubisoft formula again.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I have no interest in playing the new Horizon.
yeah,
I played Zero Dawn and thought that game was just fine. And the idea that people were whatever. This is where my fucking ivory tower elitist man voice comes in.
Braden, don't you want to know what Lance Reddick was up to at the end?
No, because I heard Nextlander spoil it, and it sounds like that entire subplot is resolved in, like, the first third of the game.
Right.
From what I've seen of Forbidden West,
I hate
most like the quick look and some other stuff around, the dialogue between characters was the most boring writing and boring delivery I have ever heard. Like, it's not bad, it's just so boring to listen to those characters talk for the little bit of that game I've seen.
I hate video games.
I mean, you're fighting a cyber T-Rex in Ninja Gaiden.
And it sucks! I'm fighting a cyber T-Rex and it sucks!
Yeah, like this is a problem. This shouldn't
This is
be.
a crime against God and man!
Remember when the Cyber Raptor showed up in... What was that game?
Bioforge?
Bioforge? Yeah.
Did that thing just say Cyberraptor?
That was so very fucking good.
What if I told you there's at least one more boss fight that's kind of like this?
Is there a boss? I played this game, and I don't remember any of this shit.
It's against a dude in a robot suit.
Your brain probably erased it for you.
I mean, I can't even look up the review because the website doesn't exist anymore.
Not backed up on the Internet Archive.
Might be. Let me see.
Look, it hits me 3 times and I'm fucking dead.
Is this the kind of... You need to, like, just stay back and hit it from a distance, or can you possibly do that?
I mean, if you bait it, well, first off, the bow doesn't do anything. Second off, you can just wait for it to run into walls and then fall down, but sometimes when it falls down, it doesn't stay down for very long. See? It was down for a second.
Also, it's Shockwave just fucking knocked you over.
I'm going to give this a few more tries.
Are you going to finish this game?
Yes. And then, because otherwise Mike will be like, "Hey, Brayden, finish Ninja Gaiden, you coward."
Sorry that there are people on the internet who like to hold you accountable for your promises.
Shut the fuck
Hey,
up.
remember when you said you were going to play Soul Reaver in January?
Yeah.
Remember how many times you've promised that you're gonna play Shadow Hearts Covenant?
Guess what?
Oh,
I have
it's
executive
games.
function disorder. There, that's my excuse. What's yours?
I'm a perfect human being.
Perfection isn't real.
Yeah, Courage the Cowardly Dog taught me that.
It's not real.
It's not real. Nothing is real.
All right.
We are all in the cyber
We get to
matrix.
this point of his depression.
God, I wish girls were real.
This game turned Brayden into an incel.
It might have.
Ryu
Specifically the T-Rex.
Hayabusa? Is that anything?
I hate
You know, for the love of God, no one Google that because I'm sure we'll find something.
I'm not gonna Google that.
Especially now that the AI art shit is
Oh
available.
no.
All that will just happen.
The fucking AI is just the fucking Amazon AI is drawing it up as we fucking speak. They're like, oh fuck yeah.
Yeah, if I search this, Drayden, and I see it, I'm gonna blame you.
Why don't search it?
I'd recommend not searching it.
This isn't even the entire boss battle, Brayden.
Oh yeah, no, we haven't got to the Crash Bandicoot part of this boss battle.
Yeah, there's 2 phases. He's only on phase 1.
Yeah. Did I mention? Yeah, this game has this fight has.
Boss battle. I seem to recall if you lose on the second part, you actually have to do this part again.
Could you possibly just play the AI chapters of this game?
No.
No. They're locked to your progression of the story, if I recall. I could be wrong.
They are. They're just part of the story.
Ugh. Brayden, what if you grinded out levels prior to this boss battle?
That is not a thing in this game.
That's not how this
know.
game works.
I was being jokey.
I'm going. I reject jokes. This is serious video game time only.
We have entered the MLG of Ninja Gaiden 3.
Yeah, Brayden Arbitrary Water, Team Liquid.
Yeah, sponsored by hashtag. I don't know what's the hashtags now for the crypto bullshit. Fucking. Ugh.
Anyone still hawking crypto in 2023 is such a fucking rube. They don't deserve your hashtags.
Man versus dinosaur. I can't imagine a better show.
Is this literally just avoid until it hits wall and then hit it?
I think that's what I'm going to do.
Slow but
problem, the problem with that strategy is that it fucking takes forever, but that's also what I did.
Yeah, you kind of. It looks like you have to sort of guess.
If
when
you
it's going
attack
to
its
fall
legs, it's inconsistent. I want to see speed tech for this game.
You want me to actually link it?
Because it gets up pretty quickly and does that tail whip, and then when it does the tail whip, you lose like a third of your health.
Yeah, it's good. It's a really good game. That, like, this is why even if the moment-to-moment combat is totally fine, just the boss fights in this game are so inexcusably bad.
Let me look it up.
See,
Dinosaur
like,
boss.
when it runs in... Oh, now it does the tail swipe twice. Cool.
Okay. The world record on hard mode is 6 minutes and 37 seconds.
What
For
the
this
fuck?
boss?
Yes.
Oh, for the boss.
Gee.
I thought you meant the game. Like, how the
Boss.
fuck?
6 minutes still seems like a long time to be fighting this fucking trash fire. of a
I'm
boss.
sorry, it included 1 minute's worth of cutscenes.
Okay, 5 minutes is still too long for this boss.
Always attack the thighs, Brayden. Stay
My
in
life
between the
on.
legs, and then slide when... Okay.
So, like the Dark Souls.
Yeah, it's a Dark Souls boss.
We hear kids like the Dark Souls, so we made Ninja Gaiden the Dark Souls.
This was before Dark Souls really took off.
Wait, really?
I like... Oh, okay. So...
Dark Souls
what
was
did you do
2011.
Dark Souls had come out, but had it really like picked up? I feel like Dark Souls picked up a lot of cultural stuff.
Yeah,
in
like Dark Souls in
2012 and
2012 was
13.
still very much like, oh, it's that hard game. Oh, I don't understand hard game. Where's my QTE? Baby want E. QTE.
I have to distribute stats.
I want to look for sailors.
Okay, so I've got good news, Brayden. When it deploys the silvery stuff on his legs, it will automatically take like a quarter of its health, and then you have to punch it in its cheeks.
Okay.
I don't know what any of that means, but sure.
So like Brayden does, that's all that matters.
Gotta aim for the head at that point.
Yeah.
And then it takes double damage when you start hitting the head.
It's fine. I'm going to die before then because you can only take like 4 hits in this fight.
Okay. The good news is that when you get to the part where you need to hit the head, there's a flashy quick time event. You don't actually get to all of its health in this battle. See, there. You see that?
Yeah, I do.
So now you just need to hit its head a couple of times, and then you'll initiate the Crash Bandicoot sequence. Just play keep away. You can do this. I believe in you. You're a beautiful young man. You can do it.
Thank you.
I think I want to be the guy who's way more malicious than any Dark Souls game.
Yeah, but I want to be the guy who was in the same, like, oh, this is a hard game for lunatics. When in fact, yeah, and then people learn that actually Dark Souls is not impossible. You people are just weak babies. And then Gino's like, you calling me a baby? Well, fuck you,
Yes,
I'm
I
gonna
am.
play through all of Dark Souls naked to prove a point. And then
I
a
can
point
mean one of
he
two
did
things.
prove.
Why do you have to talk about Gino that way?
What are you talking about? I would never say anything ill about Mr. I need to prove something to you. I hate video games.
I'm with you. They're
Is this
terrible.
the third stage boss?
Yes.
This is the third boss of this game.
Yep. And this is the fixed version of this game.
Show me your true power, dragon. She'd love to see it too. I can't imagine a better show. Bring it on! Show me what you
So I watched Conan the Barbarian yesterday.
Hell yeah, you
We
did.
talked about it for. It's all right. It's
Yeah. How do you feel about the Lamentations of Their Women?
That was a lot earlier in the movie than I thought it would be. I figured that quote would be like a late movie thing, but no, that was like first half hour. The first hour of that movie, actually, generally speaking, has far less dialogue than I figured it would. Like a good chunk of that movie doesn't have any dialogue spoken by anybody. It's just all implied or shown story stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Something I don't think you really get away with today.
Yeah, you'd be surprised.
People are weak.
I know, people like subtitles now, so...
I have found that a lot of the younger people of my family watch everything with subtitles, even if it's just in English.
Yeah. Sometimes you don't want to
listen.
sound out loud.
Yeah,
Sometimes you want to
gotta
hear
turn
what
down the
is
volume.
being. Sometimes you want to know what's being said.
That's another. I think that's a problem with the way a lot of movies are mixed. They're mixed, expect you to have a very good stereo system.
Especially if it's Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, especially Christopher Nolan. They're expecting you to have a very good stereo system on a big TV, turned way up, and everyone in the house is doing this one thing. And I don't feel like movies were really mixed like that a lot of times in the 80s.
I like all my VHSs with stereo sound.
Yes, be able to hear everything. That's honestly a problem. And I've come across more than one person who solves it by just turning on subtitles all the time.
Brayden, how many more tries do you think you got in you?
I've got 15 minutes worth of tries.
Okay.
I honestly don't think you could even beat this in 15 minutes. Not like saying that you're not capable at it. I just think it would probably take 20 minutes with how little damage this fucking thing takes.
You have to hit it in the head.
Yeah, you have to hit it in the head. Once you hit the spots, it's weird. The health bar is basically pointless in this game.
Oh yeah, also the health bars in some of these boss fights just lie to you.
You need to do a certain number of hits on his thighs to cause them to turn into metal. And then once you hit the cap there and they turn to metal, it does the game just automatically docks the boss like a quarter of his health. Then you need to hit the head a certain number of times, and then it will trigger a QTE that then initiates the Crash Bandicoot sequence. It's not good.
What's everyone's favorite Muppets movie?
I thought the reboot movie, the first one,
The
was
2011 one?
One with
But
Jason Segel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one.
And then Muppets
first
Most Wanted
Muppets-
came out.
Yeah.
And we don't talk about that. It does feature Tina Fey in a bad Russian accent sing a song about the Gulag.
That sounds like a fun time.
Yeah, because there's an evil, fake Kermit the Frog.
I think that the very first Muppets movie, where it opens with Kermit singing Rainbow Connection.
Oh, you mean the Muppet movie?
Yeah, that movie's great.
I think that movie's great. I put it in front of my nieces and nephews. They were bored, and it made me sad.
I wouldn't feel bad about that. I feel like
The young
just the
people these
attention
days
spans of
don't
kids.
appreciate good felt puppets.
maybe it's that. It could just be that.
They want those CG characters.
Yeah, I think
They're
there's
like,
just
where's Elsa?
a very large amount of stimulation needs to keep a child's attention nowadays. That's all.
Back in my day, I
God.
just watched the same Thomas the Tank Engine tapes over and over again.
I forgot how many, like, that era, that 70s, 60s era comedian actors they ended up getting, because they have
Oh, yeah.
Steve Martin, Richard
Bob
Pryor,
Hope is in
Bob
that movie
Hope,
for like a hot second.
Milton Berle. They've got
Orson
John
Welles.
DeLucia as the villain. They have Orson Welles.
Orson Welles was in Magnum PI.
Yeah, well, Orson Welles in the 80s was very much like, I'll do whatever they do as long as they pay me, those damn cowards.
Oh, yeah, isn't that how he ended
As
up in
we
the
all
Transformers
know,
movie?
the real failure in today's modern filmmaking is a complete lack of the finest French champagne.
Uh-huh.
Was that the commercial where he's just absolutely fucking destroyed?
Yeah. Standard of French excellence. That lives rent-free in my... A lot of Orson Welles shit lives rent-free in my head, because that dude became the world's most bitter, petty asshole. Admittedly, rightfully so, because Hollywood very much turned on him. But also, he was a raging asshole, and that's why Hollywood turned on him.
I mean, he didn't deserve to have his career ruined because he made one of the most important movies ever.
Listen, William Randolph Hearst did not care for that film. And,
Brad, you have 9 minutes. Beat this boss.
yeah, I'm good at video
But
games.
also,
it's
I
fine.
mean,
You can do it.
most of the Muppet movies are good. The Muppet Capers, good.
Muppet Takes Manhattan's kind of bad.
I guess you're right. That's the one that's basically about them getting married, right?
It's the one where they become... It's where they try to become Broadway stars.
Right. Okay.
And then The Great Muppet Caper is the one where they do crimes. Or they stop
The
crimes.
Muppet Christmas Carol is actually a good adaptation of the Christmas Carol.
Yeah. And it's got motherfucking Michael Caine in it.
Ebenezer Scrooge.
I love this game. I love it so much I want to die.
I have a soft spot for Muppet Treasure Island.
Yeah, it has Tim Curry in it.
Yeah, Tim Curry is fucking great in that movie.
And he's
Tim Curry's great in
he's-
fucking everything.
Yeah, name a role where Tim Curry is not giving it 300%.
Him
More
just
than necessary.
in that Command and Conquer game is wonderful.
God.
Onto the one place capitalism hasn't invaded.
Space!
Which Command and Conquer is that?
Red Alert 3.
Red Alert 3, yeah.
Um,
That one
So
also
not one of the
had,
ones- not one of the ones
Ric
that
Flair,
also
not as good as
Gabriel
Tim
Knight. Like, his Cajun accent in Gabriel Knight is so all over the place.
Great.
Can you
Fern
tell
Gully,
me
where
anything
he's
about
toxic goo. He's great in that.
Voodoo? That's right. He's the evil. He's the evil pollution
pollution
monster in Fern Gully.
He
came
sings
up
a song
earlier,
in that where
the
they had to
worst
censor
witch.
it. Yeah, they had to censor his song in Fern Gully because he says the word horny.
Oh yes, I'm very horny for pollution and destroying the rainforest.
But it's funny because in the CD-ROM reissuing of that song, they have him say the line, "Pollution makes me horny."
Finally.
I know this because my sister bought that CD, and we were up for a rude awakening when we got to that song.
I mean, listen, if it's a 90s environmentalist thing, pollution absolutely makes the villains horny.
Absolutely, that's how the Captain Planet show existed.
Captain Planet is like
Oh,
one
you
of
were
those...
so close. You had one more after that.
Yeah, where's our fucking weirdos being like, we need to bring back Captain Planet?
Didn't
Well, I mean-
Don Cheadle do that?
I mean,
Yeah,
yes, that
like-
Funny or Die sketch.
That there's several of those, and the only one any good is the first one. The rest of them are awful.
Well, so the long story short is that it was
Ted Turner.
Ted Turner. It was a Ted Turner passion project, and unfortunately, Ted Turner has Alzheimer's. He recently revealed he has like an advanced form of dementia, and he's like, this is the last time you're gonna hear from me. Goodbye, everybody. Sorry, Jane
I'm
Fonda.
Ted Turner. I was married to Goldie Hawn. No, wait, no. Who was he
Jane
married
Fonda.
to?
Jane Fonda.
Jane Fonda. That's right. No, Kurt Russell was married to her. Silly me. Anyway, yeah, like, where's Captain Planet on our pointless 90s nostalgia train?
I feel like everybody kind of realized that it's kind of bad.
Yeah,
the-
that
It
didn't
was never
stop
good.
people from. That didn't stop them from bringing back Full House.
Also, it might be the environmentalist bent might not be popular among certain groups.
What are you talking
I'm
about?
gonna be
Everyone
honest
loves
with you,
Sega gear.
Braden. You going
I
for
don't-
this all head
that
all
really
the time
matters.
technique seems to be doing a little bit better.
Yeah, all head all the time. Listen, ladies, I'm available. I don't even know what I'm saying. It's late.
Sorry about it. You're going insane from fighting this fucking T-Rex.
Dinosaurs.
That is
You
a
got
sentence.
5 more
Bingo.
minutes.
Dino DNA.
Are you just
I don't-
quoting Yu-Gi-Oh now?
Yeah,
Is that
No,
what
I'm
that's
quoting
the-
Jurassic
that's
Park.
the original Jurassic Park. That line, spoken in a roughly similar accent, is in the original Jurassic Park.
I'm Mr. DNA.
Oh my god, it's all coming back to me. You were right.
It's the original
You
Jurassic
thought
Park's
so
a pretty good
long
movie.
and so hard about whether or not
it's a
you
great
could
book.
that you never thought about whether you should.
If you thought that, yeah,
That what?
that if you thought that Jurassic Park, the first movie, is good, you should read The Lost World, the book.
I've read it.
Yeah.
Oh, the book is it's so good.
But what if I just want to watch Jeff Goldblum's daughter do gymnastics on raptors?
Yeah, my favorite part when Jeff Goldblum's black daughter defeats the Raptors with gymnastics.
It is literally the only part I remember of that movie.
That Vince
You don't
Vaughn is
remember
in
the
it.
You don't remember the T-Rex
Yeah,
running
the
through the
T-Rex.
town?
The T-Rex is
I
San Diego.
do.
The only reason to watch that movie.
But it's kind of just like, okay, here, there's the T-Rex. This is just King Kong now.
By far the best part of that movie.
Why am
You
I
end up
not
at a
doing
Taco Bell or
damage
something?
anymore?
Huh? What were you saying, Nancy?
So does he end up at a Taco Bell or something?
I believe he does. He definitely trashes a gas station.
But now,
I'm not
yeah,
doing
I
any
mean,
damage. I'm not doing any damage. The game is trying to stop me.
the thing that I always remember is in the book, the way that Dennis Nedry dies, you literally have to listen to him like scream in unfathomable in pain while he's trying to scoop up his guts and put it back into his stomach. And it's Michael Crichton, so he's like describing the viscera and the consistency of his viscera.
That
And
doesn't
it's
sound
Michael
great.
Crichton, so everyone's also like, "Damn, Jesus." And I, as a 12-year-old, is like, "They're cursing. That's no good."
Just remember, Michael Crichton, climate change denying piece of garbage.
Oh yeah, Michael Crichton also wrote a book about sexual harassment in the workplace, which like, actually, women can lie and say and be the sexual harasser too. But
Yeah, I
yes,
guess
Michael
that's
Crichton
technically
literally
true,
wrote a
but-
book where radical climate terrorists try to pretend that climate change
State
is
of
worse
fear.
than it is.
State of fear, right?
Yeah.
The eco-terrorists plot mass murder to publicize the danger of global warming.
Also, in a Tom Clancy book, I think maybe the Rainbow Six novel, the novel tie-in to Rainbow Six the video game, features evil environmentalists using Super Ebola to purge the world because humans make the pollution.
Super Ebola.
I'm not joking. They
I
used
know you're
they
probably
used the
not.
same Super Ebola
I
that was
mean-
created by Iran and
I will tell
executive
you.
orders.
I will tell you, as someone who was who's of Japanese descent, Rising Sun was a rough time. that and the Chin Pokemon episode of South Park. Just like
and then Dead of Honor is the one where
that
the
one
United
where
States and
they
Japan
end up
go to
forcing
war.
the kids to do Pearl Harbor or some shit.
yeah.
Yeah, that was.
But no, but in Rising Sun, it was just that early 90s, big in Japan, like, oh god, the Japanese corporations are going to take over America.
And then their stock market crashed and no one cared.
And then no one cared.
And
well,
then
now they care
now we're
about
just scared of China. Because people don't change.
You gotta be scared of something.
You gotta find something to monger fear about.
There's probably more reason to fear the Chinese government than there was to fear the Japanese.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's an easy sell, if we're being honest. Yes.
Oh yeah, no. Don't get me wrong.
One is a government that we cowed into submission through extreme force of beyond the world had ever seen, and another is a horrifically fascist, horrible dictatorship.
Listen. The Uyghur people having their organs harvested in Xinjiang province.
This isn't going anywhere good.
No, it's not. This is going to end.
Yeah,
It's gonna end with a T-Rex.
Let's
Let's
not.
not.
Your 15 minutes is up.
No.
Or you could just keep going.
No.
Yeah, I can't. I need to.
I fucking hate this game.
All right, have
Anyway,
a good
please
night.
look forward to this game.
Take care, man. Yeah, it sounds.
Anyway, just if you're watching the archive, disregard everything I just said. Also, don't watch my archives.
Stop watching the
I
archives.
put them up for me. They're not for you. Thanks everyone for watching. I'm gonna think about the last 3 hours of my life. Bye.